Hello, Dog Nation. I'm meteorologist PJ Guds here at the University of Georgia with UGA Sports. Now, it has been a nice, crisp, cool fall morning. 70 degrees is what we're expecting here, close to the kickoff of game. And as we go into the afternoon towards postgame, warming up into those upper 70s here in Athens. A couple of spots could pop out into those lower 80s over towards our western areas. And then as we go into the overnight hours for any post-game plans, we're going to drop back down into those mid-60s, 64 degrees here in Athens. A few spots a little bit cooler up in the North Georgia Mountains in the upper 50s. And as we time this out, kickoff, we're going to be in those lower 70s. We aren't going to have to worry about precipitation, clear blue sunny skies all throughout the game. And then by post-game, we'll be into those lower 80s. Tune in to Twitter for any weather updates. Follow both Ansley and I, and we'll see you guys next week.
Zero carbs beer is here. Introducing Bud Light Next. Zero carbs, 80 calories. Super crisp light beer. Bud Light Next. Brewed for what's next.
Hello and welcome to our UGA Sports Watch Along show with head coach Jim Donnan. This is Radi Nabulsi. I'm Dayne Young. We're with UGAsports.com. If this is your first time with us, thanks for joining. What we do, we watch Georgia's game alongside you. So you have Georgia, in this case, on your streaming device, and you have us on your other streaming device for this game.
This is going to kill our numbers.
With Georgia and Kent State. No, everyone has an iPad and a phone. It'll be fine. I think we're fine. So what this is you get live commentary that is Georgia Bulldogs centric with our analysis, our updates, and Coach Donnan's jokes, which I think we'll be getting into probably third quarter in this game. But this happens because of some loyal sponsors. And Radi, Bud Light Next, we just saw them. We saw our friends at Athens, Georgia Weather that do a specialized weather forecast for us. Just a lot of partners that make this happen. And Bud Light Next was right there at the very beginning with the UGA Sports Watch Along show.
Bud Light Next, we appreciate them. And folks, if you're thinking that, hey, it's 12 o'clock, I want something to drink, you don't need to go straight into the Pappy or into your Fireball or whatever you're going to drink. Hit the Bud Light Next. It's only 80 calories a can, and no carbs, no sugar. It's fantastic. So hit that up and get a chance. Of course, shout out to Athens Ford, who's a sponsor of our show. And, of course, Yancey Brothers, a new sponsor this year, who we're sending. If you need a job, they got 210 job openings. We're helping people get careers with Yancey Brothers. They're huge sponsors of the Bulldogs and huge sponsors of our site. Coach, Georgia State's on Kent State here in a minute. Everyone is like us trying to figure out, be sure that we've got the game on TV. It's a little tricky considering.
Yeah, I mean, come on, about time for them to set it up. But, one of the things we're seeing here with all these different networks are trying to get people to stream games. So it's a new way to do things. And I guess since we're playing Kent State, they're just trying to use us for that. But this is going to be an interesting game today. It's going to be kind of a preliminary look at what we'll see from Tennessee, Roddy. A lot of the same formations, a lot of the things that you normally expect from a Tennessee team. Hurry up. The other thing they do extremely well is run the RPOs, where it's a run-pass option. And they're going to threaten you throughout the game with a lot of deep balls. A really good quarterback. Probably as good a quarterback as we've played so far, and their defense is a different one, like a hitman defense. What they 3-3 look, but I hope it's going to clear up a little bit here on the stream. But if it doesn't, we'll just ad-lib it.
We'll make it up as we go.
Yeah, this is not the best look when they're trying. I know what they're trying to do with the whole streaming thing. They're trying to get people over to it, and it really comes up great in the next negotiations. We had a story last night saying if the SEC goes to a 9-game schedule, we need to renegotiate that with the TV contracts, because right now it's 8 games, and of course if you're giving them a 9th game, it's true. But also, if you're like, hey, we don't need you TV guys, we could stream everything, and you kind of have that threat, like where else? We have another place to go. So.
Hey, Amazon's doing those pro games Thursday night, Prime Video, so the thing I can't do is switch back from, like watching a college game back to Prime Video. See, I got to figure out how to do that. But
everyone has the same thing, Coach, because people want to be able to split between games, and you have to go between Paramount Network and AT&T Plus network streaming and Hulu and ESPN Plus, and it's just a nightmare. So.
But we'll see. Well, fortunately, everybody's got the ability to get on here like Dayne and you do. I would have had a hard time, but let me just say this. I'm been impressed with our offense's capabilities, and there's been a lot of people worrying about why don't we run the ball more. really we run a lot of runs passes that end up looking like runs. And today I think we'll really threaten the interior of this defense, and we'll throw some RPOs too. So
Georgia's going to get the ball first.
So I guess they must have deferred because we would never take the ball first. So I hope we get a chance to see maybe one of these young guys take one to the house. We really hadn't had many kickoff returns, basically field goals, and then at the end of the start of the second half, but they've kicked it out of the end zone.
So what you're going to hear from us, Radi and I, during the game will tell you the time as we see it on the screen in front of us. It's almost impossible with as many different internets and streaming situations to make sure that we're synced up with you perfectly. So if we're a little ahead of what you're seeing, slow us down. If what you're seeing is a little bit ahead of us, you can slow it down and maybe it'll sync up. We'll tell you what we see. We'll keep the quarter on the screen in front of us, but kickoff is now. Georgia is getting set to receive.
They bombed it out of there.
On SEC Network Plus is going to be a touchback, 15 minutes on the game clock.
Okay, I'm going to make a prediction here on this first play if we get to see it. I think we'll run some kind of trick play, maybe a yo-yo or, run up in the line and then throw it back. Or
you want to keep a chart of every time coach gets the play right?
No.
I think we need a chart for when he gets it wrong.
Hey, you could see a little trickeration there. But then again, you couldn't.
Big old Xavier Truss in there. Good gracious. Or a guard.
It's not going to be because he's not under center. So,
ball is snapped. Now.
Stetson Bennett going deep on the first play. We didn't really get to see the catch attempt because some poor camera work from
the camera work so far is god awful.
It's high school.
Well, at least we knew we were going deep.
Yeah, because we were watching the quarterback.
Hey, this is a early question. I'll throw it in from Todrick Davis. It says, question for Coach Donnan. I'm new to this, and I wonder what made him continue with the watch along this year and doing it for past years. Thanks for being a beacon of light for us. So, Coach, why do you do this?
Oh, I enjoy being around everybody and having the questions. I mean, I'm going to be watching the game anyhow. I might as well watch it with you guys. So.
There you go. There's the
there
sweep of
right
ours.
there. Why don't you give the ball to this guy and let him just outrun everybody?
He's score, isn't he?
He's a high scorer.
Brock for freaking Heisman.
Was that 80 yards?
That was
75.
80.
Look, I think I could be a play caller for Georgia. I'm just being serious here. I could call that play.
Well,
give me Bowers and I'll be offensive coordinator.
I typed it last week. I'm typing it now again. Brock for Heisman. I know everyone's like, the tight end can't win it. Bull.
Might he be Georgia's leading rusher?
the one thing that
Crap, he just might be.
Got to be getting close.
who put in the tight end reverse first?
Who came up with that, Coach?
Me against Nebraska, Keith Jackson, 88 yards. That was his number.
So do you get royalties every time it's called?
No, but I like it. We're going to get some catfish camera work today. I know that.
This is bad camera work.
So that's a
Good
75.
job on the perimeter by Big O.
Big Darnell. And Darnell knows. There's three guys who could catch him, Coach. But Darnell Washington is going score.
Well, the other thing that's great here is just the speed of Brock Bowers. We saw that last year against UAB when he caught that one, and just don't pull a hammy, man.
Yeah. By the way, on that same play, Marcus Rosemy-Jackson going across the middle, wide open.
The first pass.
No, on this play here, he came across. There was nobody there.
So with that
was a running play. You want him to throw it?
No, I was just saying. I'm like, hey, fake that. On the next play,
we're probably going to have a play where Brock throws it. But there's old Jones. All our linemen love it when you get a rushing touchdown.
So based on the stat sheet, that is technically Brock Bowers' second rush of the season. So he has 80 yards rushing, which does make him Georgia's second leading rusher on the season.
He's had 2 touchdowns.
But the others were pop passes, so they're counted in as receiving stats.
He ran a double reverse against somebody, and this is a slut. Look at this, a short kick by the Dogs.
Oh my goodness!
Good return, good tackle over there.
Sherman.
All right, so 14:35, Kent State's going to start.
I can just tell you right now, their head coach over there is the guy with the beard, and he coached at Syracuse when they ran the Baylor offense, and he signals all the plays in and calls the plays. They've already played on the road at Washington, at Oklahoma, and they played Long Island University or somebody like that. And now they're coming here. This kid is the real deal. I guess you pronounce it Slee. You watch him; he's gonna hurt us.
Oh, they went.
He got hurt on that play.
Good run through there. I can't believe they run a pure drop back there. No fake.
No.
Dumas Johnson.
They haven't played against the kind of speed they're going to see here.
It looked like Georgia sent everybody, Coach, but it was just because they were all in the backfield. I wasn't really paying attention.
Yeah, you never know.
This is a good observation from David Ubben of The Athletic. Georgia scored a touchdown before game day even ended.
This guy here is killing me on the
Oh, my. Good run. Great run.
first down. The camera work here doesn't give me a chance much.
I'm just saying there's somebody in the truck who's, the producer's calling all these play angles and going to this camera, going to that camera. I think they get paid per transition, Coach.
It's 3rd and short, quarterback keep.
1341, 1340.
This is quarterback keep.
1339. Yeah, it's.
All right.
Put him down for 1.
No, don't do that. But good job by us playing at home. He might have hurt his ankle there, too. I hope he didn't hurt himself. I want to see this guy. Lamb McConkey, watch him now. He is so close to running the pump back.
And he's mad about dropping that touchdown. Well, I say touchdown pass, that long pass. It did go through his hands. So he laid there on the ground for a second upset.
They run all kind of funky. Look at that offset stuff. He's probably going to do the
12:56, 12:55, 12:54.
Here he comes.
Oh, muff punt, Coach.
That's going to be
I think
Kent
that's
State
interference, offensive interference, kick interference.
Are they going to say because he didn't call for the fair catch?
Look at that. How close is he when he hits it? I don't know. That's hard to call.
Well, and of course
Well, that's the kind of play there that helps a team like Kent.
Yep. Well, that's 2 rough plays for Lad McConkey.
Want to give a shout out to Marsha Tomberlin watching us. She's a mentor of mine from back in her days in Abbeville, Georgia.
So,
and shout out to Gurf Dog for sharing this.
This is the kind of field position that our defense hadn't been up against all year. With the sudden change because we hadn't had any turnovers.
Yeah.
Isn't that our first turnover of the year?
I believe it is.
Yeah, I was thinking there's been no interceptions. Wasn't there a fumble?
Did they
We
count that as a
recovered.
turnover in the stat sheet, though?
I don't know what you counted. The other team gets the ball. So
Yeah. I mean, however the coaches look at it.
Well, the coaches say they stole a possession on us on
This is
something
a
like
funky formation here now. Look at this.
What? That is. What the hell's going on?
Everybody's moving.
They don't want you to get your alignment. Eventually, the quarterback's going to be back there.
And that's a handoff up the middle.
That felt like watching Princeton on basketball right there.
Yeah, and then it's kind of a catfish thing. Kind of like don't want us to line up. Kirby's trying to figure out what kind of personnel they got in there. By that, I mean 3 wides, 4 wides.
11:40, 11:39.
These people are so caught up in giving us shots from the outside that we're not seeing the dang game.
Yeah.
Well, Nolan Smith got a sack on 3rd down there.
It's a terrible production.
That really is bad.
As ours is stalling out for a minute.
Turn that off real quick.
It ended up being Nolan Smith, right?
That was Nolan Smith with the sack. Obvious that Georgia can get pressure with not many rushers.
It's a mismatch physically, but their scheme-wise, I've been surprised they haven't thrown more play action. But
Big 44-yard field goal attempt.
That's a good one.
Good kickers everywhere, right?
yep.
So, Coach, here's a note from Dave McMahon, our statistician at UGASports.com. He says, I have the Brock Bowers run as the fourth longest run by a tight end in the 2000s by any team. Donaldson of West Virginia had a longer one this season, but so in 22 years, that's the fourth longest run by a tight end.
Impressive.
So,
Well,
We played these guys in Kent State in '98, and Brent, I think his name's PEAS, the defensive coordinator now for the Falcons.
Dean Pease
Was the head coach for. That was his first game as head coach. We scored a lot of points, but tell us about how's this going on these technicians and everything.
I will. Want to give a quick shout out to our friends at Yancey Brothers. They sell and service Caterpillar tractors and bulldozers and stuff like that. So they have a lot of job openings. I mean, they're all across the board. It's not just diesel technicians, which they need, because if one of these big diesel machines goes down, the bulldozer goes down, you're on a job site, one of those big tractors or something, you got to be able to fix it. And everything comes to a screeching halt. So they need to be able to send somebody out into the field and get, hands on, change what needs to be changed, fix what needs to be fixed, get them back up and running. So they have tons of openings like that. They also have rental, people rent stuff from them. So they have shops, they have stores, they do a lot. And point being is they have job openings across all different parts of their organization, all throughout the state. It's all over the state of Georgia. If you're in Austell, McDonough, Macon, wherever you are, they have job openings. Now, if you're sitting here and watching the game, you're like, well, Radi, I have no idea how to fix a diesel engine. I have no idea how to do anything. I don't know a bulldozer from a backhoe. Well, they will teach you. And they have a bunch of different programs. So if you're actually going to one of the tech colleges, they support those a lot. So, but if you're like, hey, I don't have time to go to tech school, but I need a job and I got bills to pay right now, try the Yancey Technician Boot Camp, where you actually go. It's about 4 or 5 months. It's an accelerated program. It's a 5-person team led by an instructor. So, and it's a full-time job with benefits. So they will pay you to learn. And you can also do a trainee program. It's a 9 to 12-month program where you basically serve as a second set of hands. You go behind a technician and help them, and you learn on the job. So job, benefits, education. Can't do it. Check out yanceyBrothers.com/dogs to see all the job openings they have.
10:55 in the first quarter as we see it. And seeing how I think people may be relying on us for more game action. Typically, we're a watch-along.
Yeah.
There we go.
We may get a little extra radio-style broadcast on this.
Oh, that was terrible.
Karras Jackson returning to about the 18-yard line to the left.
Good Lord, I'm watching them get hurt there.
Georgia will take over there at the 18. 10:51 in the first quarter.
Do we have another zero beside Washington?
He's going out there. He is. It does have that little limp.
Okay.
You're right.
Ryan Davis is zero.
Ryan Davis is zero.
Who is it?
Ryan Davis, the inside linebacker.
Yeah. He's limping.
He is limping.
This is definitely a pass. Line up on side here.
Dylan Bell's out wide, coach.
Here's the snap at 10:51.
Karras Jackson wide open on a slant.
Intended for Darnell Washington, but thrown behind him.
Don't get too slick here.
10:45 on the clock.
Already started at 0 for 2.
Stinchcomb saying that Stetson took a hit there.
Kenny McIntosh in the backfield.
It goes to McIntosh to the right side. It's going to be a first down, Georgia.
Inside run.
Called that.
But they can't do that, Coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. He's letting Brock rest right now.
What a
good
big
job
block by Xavier Truss.
We saw Kieras fly in there too.
Yeah.
We got to take care of that hit man in the middle there. You know, see that stack there? There's 3-3, and then that one guy right beside the umpire, he just plays the ball hit man, and we got to block him some way.
There's a rollout to Stetson. It says blocked for me, Kieras.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's about a 9-yard gain.
So what does that do to the hit man when he sees the quarterback do that, Coach?
He's just got he's playing inside out regardless. He's just keying the ball. They're really giving up the deep middle with him doing that. But they're so undermanned that they got to have somebody, extra guy to maybe play the run. So you got 7 guys playing the run.
Can you go behind him?
Yeah, the middle, I mean.
I think that was a poor spot on the previous play. I thought he got 9 yards and ended up being second and 3.
Yeah, that was.
He made enough there. First
I guess
down.
where he first started to slide, maybe.
Maybe it went down. I didn't see any. So it's going to be a first down, Georgia.
We're almost 100 yards rushing already, which people don't.
Oh, that Georgia lined up fast.
Oh, we got Bowers in there. Probably going to throw a screen to him in a minute. Well,
not quite a screen, but it went to him.
Have you ever watched football?
No, this first time.
Lucky.
Beginner's luck.
I enjoy watching these guys just orchestrate, but that was a tremendous job by Brock Bowers settling down right there, not continuing to run, and probably going over the top here. He's mad about not throwing the deep yet.
8:58, 8:57, 8:56, 8:55 first quarter.
Nice little screen there. We haven't run many screens this year. That was what we call a fast screen. I mean, a quick set by the tackle and then throw it. We're going to miss. See the quick set? Now throw. Usually the quarterback will back up some, when he feels the pressure, but that was just enough to get him off.
Are they saying interception?
Interception.
So there's 2 turnovers for you, Coach.
Rosemy, who's missing this game here with these replays, producer. Two turnovers in the first quarter.
That's not good.
Rosemy going over the middle. Just underthrew him a little bit.
Yeah, it was an underthrow. One of the worst throws of Stetson Bennett's year so far.
I think he kind of guided that.
Yeah, I was because it's
pretty good velocity, but you need to throw it over the top.
About 40-yard pass, 45 yards.
All right, so where's the? I was about to say they're gonna have to try to punch out their own end zone.
I tell you, these guys are driving me nuts on the production.
Well, let's go back to the action when the play's halfway start or halfway over. But hey, we got eyes on Bennett on the sideline, so let's not show the formation. Jesus, 8:15, 8:14, 8:13.
Notice the guy in the coaching shirt don't like the coach's day to make sure I coach.
There you go.
So no turnovers in 3 games, and now 2 in 6 minutes. It's going to be a false start. Yep. False start.
There's something about this end of the field where the band is and everybody down there. Just other teams have a tendency to really not hear very good. Do you think?
Yeah.
I know our band's not playing, but
no. But it's the student section.
Band plays in between plays, but you can't play.
Well,
that's just terrible when you have a wide receiver being motion. I mean, as hard as it is to go against Georgia, and then your wide receivers jumping around. Please show us the field.
2nd and 11, 7:47, 7:46, 7:45.
Pressure. Ooh, good hit.
Jeez, what a hit.
It's going to be 3rd and 10, maybe 3rd and 11.
Good pressure off the edge there. Really good by Munden. He lined up inside and then watch him go to the outside and then come right off and hit him. Good job. Good call by Schumann there. 5-man pressure.
7-17, 7-16, 7-15 first quarter.
Coach, Georgia's defense has already been credited with 3 sacks on the first 6 plays. That first one, though, probably more a run, but still, that's for people that like the numbers.
We need to get a pick here.
Going deep. He's got a man.
Kid's got an arm.
Stetson had to jump on the sideline to avoid someone again.
Get him away from the edge.
Go to the bench. Go to the hedges.
He got hit last week.
Biggest hit he took last week.
Yeah. So Kamari Lassiter in coverage with Malachi Starks kind of
that's the same thing as last week.
Yep.
There's A.D. Mitchell getting a little running on the sideline, but they're going to go after him.
Yeah.
He was beat.
He was beat. That's my point.
At least let lad get back here.
He and Malachi were both beat.
Malachi needed to be over the top there,
Yeah.
but
So Kent State kicking.
We got it.
Yeah.
It's going to be a safety.
good job. We got it.
There's a penalty flag.
Jalen Walker out of North Carolina. Ain't no good football player out of North Carolina.
Yeah, he almost intercepted that off his foot.
Like flag's going to make it invalid.
I hope we weren't offside. Holding
Against Kent
Decline.
State.
Our team has worked really hard on blocks this year. We haven't had a chance to get after it much, but because we've had so many safe kicks where the team could be going for, but they really enjoy that.
I love that kid. Folks, go ahead and order your number 11 jersey right now. Jalen Walker is a superstar. I'm just telling you.
Or just get a new patch for your From one. Make it say Walker.
Yeah, just change the name out on the back. It's fine. But that kid is he's a
everybody.
superstar.
I mean, look at them coming up to him.
And they love that kid. And it's a good, nice flip on. You had the muff punt, which gave up 3 points. But on this one, you get 2 of them back on another special teams play. So
the point is, a lot of the coaching can come from this game. Hey, Lad McConkey, you got to do a better job on deciding where the ball, what to do with it, which he's done on the year. But you're watching these golfers in this President Cup. Some of them don't shoot a 70 every time.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to. But I know one thing.
They don't call good plays all the time.
One thing you got to think about is drinking the right kind of beer around here. And as long as Leon Farmer's in town, you're going to have the best to offer. He's got every kind you want, doesn't he?
He does. We've been doing these seltzers for the last 3 years because they want to get the word out about the seltzers. Now the seltzers sell like crazy. But all the time we were doing that, Bud Light was in development of the holy grail of beers, if you will. It took them 10 years to come up with Bud Light Next. It is a 80-calorie beer. You can see I've already had 1 or 2 today. There's Bud Light Next.
How many carbs?
Yeah, 0 carbs. So the whole point was to come up with a beer that's, for people who like a low-carb diet, well, I'm on Atkins, I can't have a beer. Or, I'm doing keto, I can't have a beer. Well, you can now. So you can get a 0-carb beer, only 80 calories. You think about it. 3 of these, 240 calories. That's nuts. 5 of them, you're only 400 calories. Cheaper than a donut. So point being, you can have a ton of these, and you won't be packing on the carbs. And it's very low alcohol by volume. I mean, tasty. It's not going to mess you up. So if you get a chance, try the Bud Light Next. It's what's next, and it's a great tagline because it's the future of beer. You're absolutely going to love it. So try it when you get a chance.
Let's recap where we're at after a quarter of this action, because I don't think any of us would have predicted that Georgia would have 2 turnovers, have gotten a safety. I think we'd have predicted Brock Bowers would have ran for a touchdown.
Yeah,
but I thought it'd be like 5 yards,
Not 75.
Get in the red zone. They hand it to him on that little
first
pitch.
interception for Stetson since a long time ago. I don't remember who
He
was
beat the SEC championship last year, right?
Yeah.
He did not have one in the national championship or
against Michigan.
Michigan, if I remember right.
No one this year, so
something you have to practice against is kicking after a safety, where to line up. It's just a little bit different where the neutral zone is. You know what I mean? They're kicking off from a different area, but a lot of teams will punt it. Some teams will kick it off the ground.
How much do you practice this?
This guy's a good kicker, so we ought to have a chance to run it back.
Karis Jackson
Come
fields
on,
it at
Karis,
the
take it
20-yard
all the way
line.
Oh,
And he gets tripped up about the 40. He's going to fall to about the 43, where Georgia will take over. 6:46 left in the first. Coach, how often do you practice those?
Every
free kicks?
Thursday you practice kicking after safety if you get one, and returning one if they got one. You know, just where to be.
Mm-hmm.
The techniques are pretty much similar, although you know there's a pretty good chance you're going to get the block for it, and the guy's not going to kick it out. We're going to run this one here.
Kendall Milton goes to the left side of Stetson Bennett.
You're right. There's the run. Ooh, face mask.
It's going to be a 2-yard loss.
Looks like you wrapped him up around the head.
One of the things that's tough against this defense, and regardless of who's playing it, is they have three guys, an odd front, and then three guys behind them, and any of those three can come at any time. You don't know where they're coming from. Are they going to come inside from the pressure from the outside, or what they're going to do? So they can make you look bad for sure.
But
But
also have a big miss if they guess wrong.
right.
We
Stetson a little bit behind him there, but that's a good catch by Bell. We hadn't seen a lot of third down this year. Last week we had one against South Carolina and threw the ball and didn't make it on 3rd and 2. I could see us running a toss here.
Red Elephant says, first time that I've watched this watch-along show. This is awesome. Thanks for watching.
3rd and 2 here. We got
so run it this time. Don't throw it.
this is double slot. Now we're going to we can certainly have
nobody over there.
It's going to be a pass.
Yeah, why not?
He's going to make it himself.
Oh, he planted that foot again.
Nice decision there.
Yeah.
Just like to get him in a little better rhythm throwing the ball. He's a little off, you know, when that first pass was dropped. But I guarantee you that you just can't coach that. You certainly go down. Ground caused it.
Yeah. That makes me nervous, though. Seeing a guy go over the top like 5:26, player number 33 down for Kent State. So got a quick break here. Coach, how do you get him back in rhythm? You know, when you feel like everything's just a little off.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to go back to your fundamentals. Make sure you're stepping into your throws. Don't guide it because you've had an interception. Be careful, you know, and to not cut it loose, because the tendency is, hey, I got to take care of the ball better. And you might wait just a second, like he waited a little bit late on that slant to Bell. You know what I mean? Because he's making sure no linebacker was in the area. But when you're in rhythm and all, hey, you don't worry about anything. But at the same time, we need a little adversity. I mean, everything's gone so smooth for us. It's good to see. And Coach Buster Faulkner, who works with the quarterbacks, and Coach Munkin will go over that with him. Say, always go back to your fundamentals when something doesn't work. Now, that wasn't a bad throw to the guy just ran underneath it and intercepted. But here's what you need to always remember. If you're throwing a bang 8, which is a quick one, a slant, you got to throw it pretty hard. But a big deep post needs to go over the top, because there's too many things can happen underneath it. You know what I mean? You either overthrow your guy or he catches for a touchdown. So 2 things he's done poorly today for him. He didn't step into the throw. Like when you're throwing to the left, you know, you got to make sure that you step at your target here. You just can't just use this. You got to step right into it. And he didn't step it on that one. But at the same time, I'm not going to fire him.
We got to get a football for him to spin next time.
But we played Kent State when I was freshman coach at North Carolina State, and they had a guy playing in the secondary that ended up being a pretty good coach.
Who's that?
Nick Saban.
Mediocre.
I think the jury's still out on that one.
I mean, can you believe I coached in the game where Nick Saban played?
Oh, that's wild.
And Don James was the coach.
Well, I know y'all are still friends.
And
so.
Don James ended up getting the Washington job and was a Hall of Fame coach out there. I tell you, the Pac-12 this year is interesting to me. There's a lot of good teams in there. It'll be interesting to see if Oregon can win on the road tonight, if USC can beat, go up there and play well against Oregon State. And Georgia's a little bit of a slow start here, but at the same time, you're up 6 points.
And the
Defense has played really well.
9 minutes. Dayne, would you put the link to the Yancey Brothers website in their comment section? I would really appreciate that.
Is it not there? Thought it was.
I really thought that was nice.
We put
Hey,
every 5
seriously, I
minutes.
thought that was nice of the
it's already
coaches
there.
to wear a
Okay.
shirt like mine today.
Well, they copy you, Coach.
He's going over the top again, but he just took the easy one. It's a way to run after the catch there. I think he's going to take a lot more easy ones right now.
Yeah, just no sense to bang your head against the wall. Just take what they're giving you.
I know that they're the golden flashes, but this helmet color for Kent State is about as mustard as it gets.
Well, we'll probably see here. They're trying to get a shot of Monken, but they're having a hard time with it.
He's up there somewhere.
We're going to miss
caught
the
hard.
play, though.
Yeah, so we got a bad angle there.
Very good chance to run between the guards here.
That hitman you're talking, well, there you go. They ran between the guards. How do you do that?
Just a bubble there.
Yeah.
Going down too easy there, Kendall. You got to run through that one.
The guys on the radio were giving me grief. We were talking about his running style, and it seems sometimes he's trying to decide between a juke and just power. And I think it's like a little hesitation.
Yeah. Well, we got a guy here that can.
Oh,
We're going to empty with him, though. We're going 5 wides here.
405, 404,
Could be
403.
some kind of bubble here. Right there it is.
All right.
Nice job, lad. Now that right there to me was good coaching and good quarterback play. You take the easy throw because they're overloading, and you go. I mean, we want to read the Georgia symbol there up there. We can't even see Coach Monkey. He's up there. Okay.
You don't need that stupid camera angle. Show us the field.
Part of the deal was they didn't want us to have an idea what they're doing there. Again, inside runs there, but he's going to get out.
I'm looking at this, and I see those all 6 guys there. I don't see the inside run like you do.
Oh, that's got to be a catch. I mean, it's got to be a better throw, too.
Well, one of the things you always do is you never keep running when the ball's behind you. Turn and catch it. I mean, that's a drop there.
Yeah. Dylan Bell. Justin Goins asked, what kind of mustard? Spicy brown, Dijon, honey, plain?
Ask Lane Kiffin.
Grey Poupon.
All right, there you go. Grey Poupon, Coach said so.
Lane Kiffin will tell you. He's had enough chucked at him.
We got to protect here because they going to come on after us.
3rd and 6.
Good protection. Good throw. McConkey, first down.
I really like that rhythm throw there. I mean, just really good job of coming back down the stem by McConkey, too. One of the things you want to do when the ball's halfway there, go get it. Yeah. If you start too soon, you're not going to make the first down. But when you see the ball halfway, you start going back for it. And then he did a good job of that. This is going to be some kind of funky deal to Bowers underneath.
.241, 240, 239 first quarter.
Bowers comes in and they use him as the lead block.
Boy, that's a good stinger there about it. Their defense can hit.
They've been popping all day. They took they dove at Stetson Bennett. They had a good hit on Ladd McConkey earlier. But They're not scared, Coach.
Well, they played some good teams so far. I don't know how good Washington and Oklahoma are, but they're ranked in the top 15.
Currently, Georgia with 114 rushing yards, 51 passing yards. 2 minutes
Going
left.
back
in
to
the
lad
first.
at the top of the screen.
You got to run through it, man. That's a drop there. We've had 2 drops, but, you know, I can see the free safety getting to you a little bit.
I want credit for calling that one.
That was a good throw.
You have to keep your body going to the ball, right?
Yeah, right now, McConkey's having a tough day.
That's 3 on him. He's beating himself up.
B-Max saying it's all good. 1:56 left in the quarter. 3rd and 8.
Might go to Washington here on a wheel.
I haven't seen him in 3rd and 8 in a
It's
while.
going to be a timeout in Georgia.
So who called that timeout?
Kirby went down there and called it.
I mean, or I should say, so what did he see that he didn't like the play call, or?
I think he's worried about the clock.
Gotcha.
So it's Georgia's first timeout.
Here's the thing that I want to get across to the Dog Nation, the whole everybody out there. This couldn't be a better script for Georgia the first quarter. I mean, we're going to have some games like every game you play, every game you watch, you see teams making errors in it. We've been pretty much error-free for 5 games, you know. I mean, 4.5 going back to Alabama. So, and Michigan. So, good coaching points. Don't stop yourself. Drop balls, turnovers, poor throws. Executions have been great all year. Today, we hadn't met the standards. Now, he's going a different formation here than he showed before.
Washington, McIntosh.
But there's a good chance to maybe throw one out here to Darnell on the fade.
Was that a cornerback on him, Coach?
Eyes never went to Darnell. That's going to be a sack. Back to the 28-yard line.
No, that's their highest rated defensive lineman, Mr. West, if I'm not mistaken.
Just got beat there.
Yeah, he just went right over Rattler.
Well, Kenny Mack didn't help either.
Yeah.
Sloppy quarter for Georgia, but Kent State's doing what it needs to do too.
Jeremiah Johnson, their defensive coordinator. Love the name.
That's their defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
About a 40-yard kick.
This guy's money.
Right down the middle for Podlesny.
Now, so I was about to say something about him, but I don't want to jinx him, so I'll hold that till later. But great job on Podlesny. He's looked really good, especially coming out of camp where we mentioned in the last week's show, Coach, that the punting and the kicking in camp were pretty average, if not bad. And well, that's what we were told. But so far, Podlesny has been absolutely golden.
So Georgia with a touchdown on extra point, safety, and field goal. Yancey.
Yeah. Hey, now they just need a defensive pick 6 to kind of run out there. But yeah,
Are you calling for that in the next minute and 7 seconds?
I am. I'm just saying that there's a lot of smiles on the Kent State sideline. You know, they held the number 1 team in the nation to a field goal with a big sack there, so they're feeling good. But I
give them credit. I mean, they look a lot more competitive than South Carolina.
I think they got a better quarterback.
South Carolina had a better quarterback too than the one that started.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing about us right now. We should 2 drops right there.
Yeah.
1:07 in the first. Georgia kicks off with a 12-3 lead into the corner of the end zone. It's going to be a touchback.
Perfect kick.
I had a question for you on that.
Even Uga down there is not really fired up. He's in it.
To be fair, Uga's never really fired up these days. That's standard procedure for us.
He gets fired up when he goes to the bathroom.
Hey, he's awake. I'll give him that. Coach, on that safety, when the other team has to kick off and they're kicking from the out spot, if they kick out of bounds, where do you get the ball?
You get it like 15 yards, the same thing that you would off a 25-yard line. I think you get it like the 40.
Okay. Just curious.
They going empty on us.
Quick throw.
Got it. Kamari Lasser with a tackle.
They're gonna go.
101.
They're gonna go really fast. Don't try to give us a replay here so we can see the play.
Common game plan against Georgia is get the ball out quickly because the protection is not going to be there when you're overmatched and oversized. He's going to throw this away, and he does.
You give us a play-by-play here back there, Dayne. I mean,
I'm trying.
Turn it over to the Dane's on the.
Bennett dropped the pass, coach, on the sideline.
I think we have more of an audience
those
today that may not be watching it and just watching us.
You're doing good. I'm telling you. I just said, hey, I didn't realize you were your general manager, play-by-play guy. I mean, get your banjo out and hum a few lines for us.
No one wants that, I promise you. 3rd and 3, 40
Here
seconds.
comes some heat. Ooh, that could be ugly.
Ooh.
That should have been a first down. But he tripped over.
Hey, look at Zion Lowe playing the flats, coach.
I can see. Well, the reason it happens there is brought the linebacker, so he's got to be a spy. But be a great time for a fake. You just went one block. He's probably going to let the clock run out and get the quarter over because he's got the first quarter on the bet. I think the first quarter was I don't know what it was. Let it run out. They had a tighter punt here now.
And the clock's going to run out. End of the first quarter, Georgia with a 12-3 lead.
That 44-point spread looking a little safe.
Yeah, well.
But I think that because you.
Now time for the part of the broadcast where I see if I can make Radi look silly. Radi, where is Kent State University?
I have no idea. I mean, come on. Am I supposed to know that?
Kent, Ohio.
Thank you, Coach.
No, I did know that.
You just said you didn't.
Dude,
You cannot come back.
No, I'll tell you why.
You know who else graduated from Kent State? Lou Holtz.
Really? That I didn't know. Now, the reason I know this was because there was at one point, Ohio State University. They came in, and maybe it was with a new coach or some time back, but they started playing like all the Ohio schools.
Mm-hmm.
And they were playing
Jim Tressel.
It was with Jim Tressel. They were playing terrible schools. I'm like, well, we want to play this. We want to make it good for the teams in Ohio. If we're going to play basically a payment game where you pay somebody $900,000 or $750,000 back then to come in. Now it's like $1.5 million, like Georgia's doing, or 1.6 with Ball State. And a lot of people are like, I can't believe they're playing these garbage teams, play somebody good. And they're like, look, we're part of the university system of Ohio. So are these other teams, so let's keep the money in house. And I was annoyed because they were playing terrible teams. But then I thought, that is a great counter argument. To your point, when Georgia had an opening recently, it seemed to me like they couldn't play Oklahoma. So I hope that, Josh Brooks said, can Mercer play? Can Kennesaw State play? Can, West Georgia, anybody,
You want to hear some of the notable alumni?
Of Kent State?
Yeah.
Sure.
Drew Carey, Arsenio Hall, Steve Harvey, Michael Keaton.
The 3 comedians and Batman?
Don King.
3 comedians, Batman, and the fight promoter?
What's the latest with Athens Ford?
Joe Walsh.
Oh, wow.
I'm just going to say these as I see them from this Wikipedia page.
Yeah, I do want to mention our friends at Athens Ford. So if you get a chance and you were in Athens, or let's say you're within 5 hours of driving to Athens, we'll expand their service range.
Julian Edelman.
You need to swing by and check out our friends at Athens Ford, because if you go by and purchase any of their new vehicles, you get a lifetime powertrain warranty on it. You can't get that at any of these other Ford places. Be sure to get that. I'm sure maybe 1 or 2 may have it, but the point being, no one in this area has a lifetime powertrain warranty. And let's say, Roddy, I can't afford a new Ford F-150. Well, go buy a previously owned one there. It'll be in fantastic shape. You can get like the certified pre-owned vehicles. And if it's under 80,000 miles, it'll have the lifetime powertrain warranty on it. So if you really want that that peace of mind for buying a pre-owned vehicle, check out our friends at Athens Ford. Now they also have great service bay over there that can fix just about anything. I've seen people who have said, "Look, my dealer can't fix this, or they don't have the parts." They have the parts. They have a huge parts department. They have a huge customization department. So if you got a truck or you got a Ford or any vehicle and you want to make it change it out the looks of it, you want to customize it, they have the people who can do that for you. Plus, it's a great place to get service done. It's an incredibly clean service area. Great Wi-Fi, better Wi-Fi than what I have at my house. Snacks, coffee, Starbucks coffee. So check out their friends at Athens Ford. You'll absolutely love it.
Gary Pinkel. Jack Lambert.
I can't say pretty good, almost as good as Georgia's.
A couple good golf guys. Corey Connors and Mackenzie Hughes. Wow. Punt for Kent State.
Oh, almost got another one, Coach.
Bad kick.
Yeah.
That'll roll to about the 41-yard line where Georgia will take over with a 12-3 lead. First drive of the second quarter.
Nolan Smith almost got that one. There you go, Nolan. Quick shout out to what Kirby Smart's philosophy on he came through unblocked. Oh, he should have got it.
He should have gone for it.
Yeah. All right. Thinking about Nolan Smith is one of the best players on your team. What's he doing out there? He's playing on punt team.
Punt return. Brock Bowers on the punt team.
Yeah, I'm just saying this.
All right, Stetson, let's do something here. Let's see if we can see the formation. Looks like Stetson's got a new helmet.
I think he's had that one most of the year.
Might have got that from the Blue Angels. Put him in motion.
Bowers in motion kind of comes back.
Good run.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't think there was anything there.
It did not look good at first, but he barreled through there. Where'd he go? Run with power, young man.
7-yard run for Kendall Milton.
We got Marius Mims in at right tackle now, giving McClendon the break.
He did his job there.
Look at those big old thighs. Boom, boom, boom. See, I don't want him to juke. I just want to run people over.
A lot of we got Willican too.
Also, they went beef. Oh, no.
Too bad to get players hurt because it's not very deep.
And I hate to see that.
That is a pretty ugly looking uniform. I guess when you got a golden flash, you got to have a golden flash.
I can tell you, everybody, Dave McMahon loves that mustard yellow.
Well, there's not much about it that's golden, and there's not much that's flashing.
Well, I did not know what a golden flash was.
Well, you didn't know where Kent State University was either.
I did know where Kent State was.
You didn't.
Dude. Let me explain comedy to you.
Please.
Because you obviously don't get it.
Yeah.
So, but the point saying, I still had no idea what a golden flash was. That was glad to find out. Apparently, it's a bird of some sort.
Chuck Ward reminds us that Gary Pinkel and Nick Saban were teammates at Kent State from 1970 to 72.
So Gary Pinkel might have been playing in that game too. I didn't realize that. I was coaching.
Thanks, Chuck.
Pack 71 pack.
Where would I find said box score?
They beat us.
You lost to Kent State.
We lost.
I saw that
First game for interim coach. We had our coach quit in the middle of July.
Really?
Coached for a long time, and we were discombobulated.
I can see that.
But they deserved to win. I'll never will forget that. What was it?
23-21.
Yeah.
On September. Wait, hold on.
After the game, Willie Burden's mother came up to me. That was our young running back. She said, "Coach, why you give the ball to Willie so much? He ain't no bulldozer. Keep running like a bulldozer." Yeah, that was a bad loss.
Well, if you want a bulldozer, check out our friends at Yancey Brothers. And you can also get these cups. Now, Coach has the cup that's actually it's modeled on an oil filter.
Yeah, I got the filter. Mine's been filtered.
It's unfiltered. Mine is just the regular cat tumbler. It's a fantastic drinking vehicle for drinking. And you have your
you know what I like about the
oil drum.
What I like about the Yancey Brothers, you just don't have to be a technician or something. There's all kind of personnel they need. They got people in. If you got clerical ability, if you got sales ability, I mean, they're looking for people and long term. I mean, you can set up a good long term job there just go to the website and check it out. I didn't realize they had that many different types of people working for them.
If you look at the first couple, if you go to yancybrothers.com/dogs and you see the first things like diesel technician, field technician, look for rental program manager and stuff like that. They need
2nd and 3.
There it is.
Man, oh,
About
man.
a 2-yard gain on the pass to Kenny Mack.
Got to get more than that after that.
Hey, Coach, I found an AP.
There was the hit man right there. Did you see him coming inside out?
I found an AP article of that game. It's only about 6 short paragraphs. I'll read it at the next break.
No, we don't need to read it.
Yeah, I want to, though. 3rd and 1. It's going to be – I don't think he got there.
He didn't. We won't go for it. Kirby's bad.
Yeah.
I bet we punt.
No, go from 2nd 3 to punting.
Offense staying out there right now.
But perfect time for a sneak. We're going to come out of the huddle fast.
Let's see if they jump, or are you actually going to run it?
Going to try to get him to jump offside.
Yeah.
I mean, they may be happy taking the penalty. Oh, no, he snapped it.
Good
There you
sneak. What'd I say?
Yeah, it was a sneak and power.
What's the key to a good sneak, Coach?
You gotta feel. I'll tell you here in a second. You gotta feel where there's a little gash there, and then get behind the guy with the biggest butt. And in our case, there's several of them. But
well, he went behind Truss. It looked like, or yeah, Truss was way out there.
You gotta see where there's the smallest amount of people on the other side. Where they're stacked. Sometimes you have to sneak all the way out to the tackle.
You go all the way out there.
Yeah.
Okay. You just got to slide.
There
down
you
the
go.
line.
Good screen again.
There's a great. Oh, that comes.
Whew.
That. I was about to say they're gonna call a hold there. You had 2-on-1. They grabbed him by the arm. 12:50 on the clock. You see these two guys come out of the wall.
I tell you, Truss is so close to getting called for holding on stuff like that. That's open field, too.
I thought that's what
we don't know what.
That's what he did get called for, was holding.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But I saw the hand go across the chest like that. I'm like, man, that's.
Well, Stetson's juke last week, Truss was holding on that play, too, and he didn't get called for it.
Now, his hand slid off the guy, but it's just you give the official some reason to get his face on TV, he's going to throw the flag.
It was a tight shot. There you go. 12:40, 12:39, 1st and 20, Georgia at midfield.
We got beat on a speed rush there.
Ooh, that's a
great
pass.
throw.
Wow. What a rocket shot.
Might as well throw it to 19.
Yeah. If all else fails, throw it to 19.
I would throw one to 0 here pretty soon. He's going to get mad.
That may be his best pass of the season.
That make you nervous, though.
12-17, 12-16, 12-15. I'm saying that's a pro throw.
Yeah. I'm with you.
1st and 10 for the Dogs at the
Inside run.
38-yard line.
No, he ran that was a RPO there. Did you see that?
Is that a McConkey fumble?
That is McConkey.
Wow.
Poor lad. What a crappy day for that young man. Do you stick with him at this point?
Yeah, he's your player.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like, man, this is just not his day. He had it on the outside hip.
Yeah, you hate that. I mean, you got
Good block by Bowers.
8 that can come in.
Yeah, I mean, so there's other guys. I mean, I'm not advocating for it. I'm just wondering at what
Well,
point
he's
you're
had
like, man,
two fumbles and he had a chance for poke. Just get your head up. That's okay.
Marcus Roseman-Jackson ain't talking him up on the sideline.
Braxton Hicks as well.
There's a tough RPO there now.
I just think McConkey's earned the level of confidence, Roddy.
Right.
You stick with him.
Yes, but I mean, at some point when you got 3 turnovers to your name, it's like, okay, man, just take the day off. We'll come back again tomorrow.
If a game was in jeopardy, I may be more inclined to agree with you.
No, I got you.
But you don't need McConkey coming out of this game with confidence.
There's a touchdown.
Yeah, it's going to be a touchdown, Kent State.
That's 10 points off of 2 turnovers.
Just missed it there. Missed tackle.
We'll see if we get a replay so we can. Here we go, Coach.
Great block on the perimeter there.
Smith came up inside instead of outside there, you know?
Yeah.
I tell you what, that was slick series there. They ran. Kent State taking advantage of Georgia's sloppiness.
So Kent State's obviously better than South Carolina and Oregon, right?
Yeah.
I was being cheeky.
Oh, you're right.
Well, we had a game plan. We told everybody to. But I don't care who you're playing. If you turn the ball over 3 times, things like that are going to happen. And their coach hit the best assemblage of talent he's ever seen. Isn't that what he said?
Yeah. He says Georgia has the best one ever in like the history of football. Oh, let's dial it back a bit there.
September 12th, 1971, Raleigh, North Carolina. Gordon Ober kicked a 20-yard field goal with 8 seconds left to give Kent State a 23-21 season-opening victory against North Carolina State.
For your information, I was not playing. I was as freshman coach that moved up to the offensive backfield coach when the head coach quit in July. So I was just getting my.
So that moved you up.
I was just getting my feet wet. But how many yards rushing did say Willie Burden had?
Ober's field goal was third of the night, erased a 1-point lead, grabbed 4 minutes earlier on a 1-yard touchdown by sophomore Willie Burden. Burden, a 201-pound halfback from Raleigh, bore the brunt of North Carolina State's strong but often fumbling offense. Carrying 34 times, he picked up 198 yards and set a single-game rushing record for the Wolfpack.
But he ain't no bulldozer. That's what his mother
198 yards. He ran his legs off.
Bulldozer.
That's wrong.
Did you say anything about Nick Saban or Jack Lambert leading the tackles? Hey, people don't care about that. Now, the thing we got to talk about right now is this team.
Talks about Charlie Young.
Kind of a gut check here. Just look, things aren't going good.
No.
We need to reestablish ourselves because all of a sudden this team going to be a lot more confident than they should be at this point. We should have them knocked out. But, you know, it's like you get knocked down in the 3rd round of a fight by somebody you're not supposed to, and now you're in the 6th round and he's still there.
Yeah, it's like,
what's
up, Buster Douglas?
So here we just got to make a few first downs and score and get back to it. Really haven't moved the ball that effectively like we normally do. I mean, you know, stopping ourselves. They had the sack. You know, that first touchdown was 75 yards easy, but.
Well, Kirby tried to tell everybody at the press conference on Monday, he's like, you guys aren't going to believe me, but this is a good team. And everybody kind of rolled their eyes, and he's like, oh, I'm telling you guys, he tried to get it across. It wasn't just his typical, you know, let's give respect to the opponent. Well, there you go.
All right, let's see what we got
That's
here.
Good field position. Thanks to Kyrus Jackson.
I think we can line up and run the ball 3 straight times and make it.
Mash. So we mentioned earlier in the watch along folks, please share this with your friends. We appreciate it. But notice all the guys on the Kent State sideline, they were smiling even after that 75-yard touchdown. They held Georgia to a field goal. They believe in themselves.
11:22 in the second. Georgia leads 12-10.
And Hitman there, look at him.
Yeah, look at he's watching. He's backing up to go for the bail.
Bennett going over top. McConkey through his hands.
Well, I thought he had that one.
I did too. But hey, you talk about sticking with your guy. They call long bomb to Lad McConkey.
Whew. That was there.
Yeah.
I think you have to stick with him just to make sure he leaves this game with confidence, though. You can't have him sitting on this for a week.
Yeah, he can. He'll be fine.
Sit for a quarter, put 8 in there.
Yeah.
That was definitely catchable.
Yeah.
Some kind of screen out here this time. There you go.
Big guy. That's the one you were calling.
God, look at him compared to them.
He just looks like he's...
You know what he's saying? About time he threw me one.
Yeah.
That's a pretty dynamic duo into the boundary. You got Washington and Bowers. There's Blaylock trying to give him a little love over there.
Happens with this game. It'll humble the best players, won't it, Coach?
Oh, sure. Look at it, Washington maybe going in motion.
10:47, 10:46, 10:45.
Run the inside zone. There you go.
There it is.
Here's Milton.
Oh.
He got tripped up at the 20. Great run, though.
That's good. Somebody said you talked about him running.
I did.
You did some scouting on him or what?
No, I just stole stuff from our Tuesday show.
There it is. He just bounced that out. Good job on the perimeter by Rosemy.
Yep.
And Bowers before that.
Bowers with the edge sealer. Or not edge.
This would be nice. This would be nice to answer the bell here and score after being a little bit down.
Yeah.
Hitman's up there. Look at him.
Yeah.
He's on the line of scrimmage.
He was.
Tell me more about the hitman. Is this essentially a spy to where the ball's going?
Yeah, but he's just a deeper guy than somebody spying on a quarterback. He's just reading inside out, and they know they're undermanned, so they put the free safety in a kind of a diamond position back there about 8 yards deep, and he just goes hell-bent for election either off the left or right side, and if you don't crack on him with somebody, he's going to be there.
Which is why we've been seeing a lot of those passes behind them.
We can see quarterback draw here.
I don't
Second
see
and
how
8.
you see that from this. I love that you can see the formation on immediately what's going to happen.
That's a nice throw.
That was a nice throw.
Harris Jackson, 2-yard line.
Yeah, keep throwing the Kieras.
He wanted that touchdown.
He did. Hey, Kieras has been around for 5-6 years now. He deserves it. With those hands. Oh, yeah. He's like, oh.
Go to your horses there.
First and goal at the 2. There's Darnell Washington. Kendall Milton's in the game.
They didn't
Got
put
both backs in, Coach.
They didn't put Carter in.
They marked him out at the 5. I thought it was way ahead of that.
So.
There you go.
Oh, no.
You should have stayed outside, Kendall.
Yeah.
Happened last week, too. Trust your speed.
I tell you, these boys from Kent State are playing hard.
They are.
You got the angle. I don't know. Maybe he figured he couldn't outrun him. Easy for us.
Yeah.
I like to see a little fake in there and pop past the Darnell. Of course, we won't see it on this TV.
8:28, 8:27, 8:26, second quarter.
Yeah, he released upfield, Coach. There it is.
Did he catch that?
He did. But he's a pet. I don't think he was in bounds, though.
Still.
That was a hell of a
My
catch.
God.
He's been imitating Pickens.
Yeah, he's like, if George can do it, I can do it. I played with him last year. He must have watched the replays. Like, let me see this. Let me see it.
It's going to be a first down after the pass interference call, but I want to see a replay.
Well, apparently that's
It's
impossible.
not important. We're going to see a cheerleader.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay,
No,
yeah, bounced in
actually, he
there.
didn't catch it. He hit the ground.
Hey, still, that's good effort.
This is where we like to come out of the huddle fast and run the ball off tackle, but we won't see it. We're going to let Brock score another one.
He's pretty good at that. Brock Bowers touchdown, Georgia.
This put Dave McMahon had a great stat about those offensive and tight ends actually running and catching passes. So he's got two rushing touchdowns. Man, I can think that poor outside linebacker coach, he had to bounce off of Darnell Washington and then deal with Ron Powers coming around the edge. Like, come on, man, this ain't fair. I noticed the recruit section is pretty empty. A lot of those guys are inside. Getting all the nice
Perfect day for football, I'm telling you.
And it was crowded coming down there. I came down Millage to get to your house. It took me about 30 minutes to get through there.
I dropped somebody off at Lumpkin to get into the stadium.
I mean, you wake up this morning, it's 57 degrees in Athens. It was 70 degrees at 11 o'clock. Perfect blue skies, picture postcard thing. For, like
one of those Chamber of Commerce days.
Exactly. It's like, hey, you tell your guy in the marketing department, just go out there with your iPhone, take some pictures. Just get some pictures. We need new art to for the Better Business Bureau luncheon next Tuesday. So beautiful town, beautiful day for football. Not the prettiest game, but I think they'll make it tight, and then Georgia will start to
Well, here's the thing. It'll give you something to talk about on the post-game show.
We had 10,000 people join us for the post-game overreaction show. And that's when Georgia won. I can't imagine what it's going to be like today.
And they can win free bourbon too, right?
Yes.
They'll probably want to know what happened in the game because they couldn't see it.
Yes, this is very possible. I wrote that in our column yesterday. It's like, hey, we're going to run a quick column because I don't think anybody can watch the game. And we do. I got a text from a couple of people who've had a hard time actually getting the SEC plus ESPN.
So at this point, we have any questions or?
I'll look for some.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty obvious that our defense can swarm this guy, but they spread us out a little bit. And that was a double stop. You see that doubles? That's what Tennessee does, and it scares the heck out of me. And just if you listen to me, you run a play, which they ran a quick play, fake to the left and threw back to the guy catching it. Yeah. Now, everybody, doesn't matter where you're supposed to line up. You get to the quickest place you can, and then we're going to run the next play. So, and if you're really close to the boundary, you can stack. Gotcha. And both of those guys stack 1 yard from out of bounds.
Right. They looked like they were on the sideline.
And so our safety had to get over there, but he got over there not quick enough and got outflanked, and they got a block on the corner, and that was it.
Yeah. To the races.
It's a great execution, but we're going to see that from Tennessee. That's their deal. See how fast they can run plays, catch you off, and get 2 or 3 a quarter where we're better than you are as far as positioning. You know what I mean? Yeah. We're in a better position to make a play.
About to be kickoff. Hey, Coach, we do have a couple questions here as we're coming back. We'll get this kickoff, so if you can limit these maybe 10 seconds. What do you think of Kendall Milton? That's from Omari Carmichael.
I think Kendall's developing. He missed a lot of fall camp, and he's been worried about his leg, but he's got power and speed. He's just got to connect the both of them together. Sometimes it looks like he's trying to run over people when he could outrun them. And sometimes when he can run over them, he's trying to outrun them. It's just a feel that you get as a back.
John asks, is Bowers the best offensive player since Herschel?
I don't know. There's been some good ones here. He's definitely.
How you gonna hate on Hines Ward like that, man? Come on.
Yeah.
Or
Robert Edwards.
AJ Green.
I would like to have seen what a healthy George Pickens would look like.
There you go.
Wow.
Great tackle from Pop.
Whew.
Hard to read him.
Dumas Johnson was fantastic last week, and he's been great again this week.
Man, with him and Smile Munded in the middle, as those guys get look at him grinning. As they get better and better, coach, that is.
Yeah, that's going to be.
And then Jalen Walker in there. Gotta love that group.
7:47, 7:46, 7:45, second quarter.
Jed May's got a point here. Says the number one tight end for 2023 is in attendance. Deuce
Is
Robinson.
that Lucky?
Deuce Robinson. Well, like you got a couple of tight ends already committed, so
Munden's got to
This
make that
guy's
tackle.
pretty good there now. We had that stop, but he ain't missed tackles. 2023, is that somebody beside Lucky that we're after?
Well, Pierce Spurlin's coming too.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got two guys committed already, so
Who's here?
I'm pretty sure.
Got a bad snap.
Wow,
First
What a
down,
run.
Kent State.
I would say if I'm playing against us, that's one of the best plays you can run because we're so fast on the perimeter, run right at them. It's about time for Kent State to take a deep shot. They love to do it.
Yeah. Dumas Johnson has 3 tackles for loss and 2 sacks in the first half.
A little sidearm pass, pop.
There's another one for us.
I just say so. 4 tackles for loss and 2 sacks.
I think we need to get the marker board, and I'll just like every time Pop gets a tackle, I have to get up and
One of the things you always want to do is get linebackers that can run inside out to help you against the perimeter runs, or
Yeah.
passes, and he's really good at that.
You nailed that. 626, 625, 624, 623.
Hard to pressure your
622.
quarterback when he throw it that quick.
Yeah. At least 0 gain on that completed pass. 2nd and 10. Fans
We're
starting.
going to miss it.
6'11", 6'10",
Yeah,
snap.
Didn't see the formation.
Screen.
With a whole passel of
Wow.
coach.
Guys calling a good game.
Yo,
Yeah.
Keeley just got decleated.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
I hope it's holding.
It's a well-coached team.
Came in late.
What's the penalty?
It was at the end of the play. So I thought it might be a face mask. There's not.
Waved it off.
We're going to miss the next play.
Watch Keeley Ringo get.
Well, he was spinning
Yeah.
around and got back forward,
Yeah. I'm not saying it was his fault. I'm just
He
saying.
wasn't ready for that second one.
Nah. That big guard coming through there just rolling. I mean, it's going to be the center.
I wish we wouldn't watch the huddle. Get to all 22. We're missing the dang game, man.
Again, have no idea what happened there.
Pretty good
Wow,
play there,
he's
Logan.
looking at Bill Norton.
Bill
coming through.
Norton. Late in the second quarter, Auburn 14, Missouri 7.
To this point, Carter hasn't played, has he?
I don't think so.
5-12, 5-11, 5-10. It's 2nd and
Norton,
12.
Schmel, Walther, and Zion Loeb are your down linemen.
Here's that spreading out like Tennessee, coach.
Yeah, they're also empty. No backs. You're going to bring the back in now.
Yeah.
Look how wide they are, though.
Bringing the heat. Oh, he's free, though.
Here's the thing. The reason they line up in empty is get an empty check, which you don't have a lot, with no backs. And then they take the back and put him back in the backfield and they know what you're in. Guys coaching a good game.
Yeah.
And we're missing it too on TV.
$4.25. $4.24.
We had this guy scouted. That guy that was yelling in the stands is one that was scouting.
Yeah. And I don't know who the producer is, but they're killing me.
3rd and 6, and they're going to get about 3.
I'm gonna
Big
say
Bear
something.
Alexander, coach.
I'm gonna say something to ESPN about it.
So that's your
He's calling Jimmy Pitaro the president of ESPN right now.
I'm gonna tell you folks, Bear Alexander has slimmed down. He looks great.
4th and 5. They're staying on the field.
That was
And now there is a timeout. Georgia.
Good timeout.
Jalen Carter's trying to call his guys over. He wants to talk to them too. Jalen's like, get over here. I got
Do what I would do.
I got to.
I'm Jalen Carter.
Y'all are in the wrong spot. Get over here. So he's gonna coach him up when he gets a chance there. All right, let me. I wanted to mention.
While you're pulling that up, I'll give a quick stat update for Georgia.
If you would.
Stetson Bennett, 12 of 18, 114 yards, and the interception. He has been sacked 1 time. Rushing yards, Brock Bowers, 2 carries for 77 yards and 2 touchdowns. Kendall Milton, 6 carries for 39 yards. Kenny McIntosh, 3 for 14. Stetson Bennett, 4 for 22. Dejan Edwards has his 1 for 2 yards. I'll pull these up so people can see them as well. In terms of receiving stats here, Brock Bowers, 3 catches for 34 yards. Darnell Washington, 1 for 23. Kenny Mack has 3 for 19. McConkey, 3 for 18.
So how many yards total does Bowers have, counting his rushing?
77 plus 34. So 101. 2 touchdowns.
111.
111.
Oh, yeah. That's why I went to journalism school and haven't taken a math class. And
Well, if you have taken a math class, you should hit up Yancey Brothers because you could be a heavy equipment technician trainee. You remember I said they had those trainee positions?
Yeah.
Well, they actually put them on the site. So you're like, hey, I get a full-time job with benefits, and tools. But as you mentioned, Coach, right now they have an inside sales representative. So, if you want to be a sales rep, they got that. If you want to work in the parts in the warehouse, they need a parts warehouse associate because somebody needs to be able to go find that stuff. Remember, where you can buy these drink cups and stuff like that. A lot of people buy a ton of parts and things from all the different Yancey Brothers locations. So you can actually click on the drinkware and stuff, but there's a million other things that people buy from them. So they do parts and service. Rental sales associate, like I said. So if you're like, hey, if you worked at an enterprise or something like that, well, hell, come rent out the big boys. So rental field service technician. So if there's a rental piece of property out or rental piece of equipment out in the field, and they need a sales tech to go fix it. Heavy equipment field service diesel technician. Again, mentioned that before. So tons of rental yard coordinator. So you got to move all that stuff around. They need a rental yard coordinator. A parts counter specialist. People come up and say, "Hey, my backhoe needs X." Well, they need that. They need a.
They're going to try for a field goal here. I would have gone for it wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
what do you have to lose?
We're going to miss the field goal.
Sean Lewis is their head coach at Kent State. 46-yard field goal attempt.
Who called time here?
I think it's Georgia and the final timeout they've called. Yeah.
Yeah.
You probably come out there with their regular players now.
Yeah.
I'm serious. As good a game as this guy's called, if you could have told him at the pregame meal this morning that you would have 4th and 5 down 19-10, would you kick a damn field goal?
No.
I mean, how a team is only giving up 1 touchdown a year. I mean, this whole season going in this game, I would be going for it here, man.
Sleepy start from Michigan as well. Trailing
That referee
13-10.
there didn't. That referee didn't call anything, man. It's on the other sideline, Sean.
Yeah.
Kirby saying, "Don't run into the kicker."
So there's the shift.
Okay. That's wild stuff there.
Trying to draw us off sides.
I'm pretty sure that's big Jalen Carter in the game, Coach.
They're going to take delay game. It's a good try.
Yep.
A lot of window dressing.
Well, so the back of my plot.
Now, if he goes for it on 4th and 10, what are we going to do?
They called the timeout. So still 4th and 5.
I know. I'm just saying. They called a timeout before.
Yeah, they
Oh,
called a
okay.
timeout and didn't
Yeah,
get the.
so it's going to be 4th and 5 still.
I like that.
Last week,
they sent Jalen Carter out there to make sure nobody jumped.
but last week, UCLA was playing South Alabama, and South Alabama was up by 2 points in about that same position, and they did the same thing, but they actually ran a fake field goal off that, and the guy lost 8 yards because they didn't know what they were doing. You got to think they're going for it here.
Yeah.
We'll miss it because we'll be watching these cheerleaders. I've made my play up to ESPN.
Here's the
They
field
got
goal.
Jalen
attempt,
Carter can shoot through the A gap.
and it's up. That's good.
Yeah.
They have a good kicker.
I would not expect them to be with 3:39 in the half to be a 6-point game.
Good chance for us to run a 2-minute offense.
Yep.
Starters will be playing a little bit longer in this game
Yeah.
than all expected.
How about Maryland beating Michigan right now?
I'm impressed with Sean Lewis. I have a feeling he won't be at Kent State for very long.
Watch onside kicks. What are you going to tell them? Probably be a good time to do it.
Karis Jackson back deep.
Yeah. Anthony Dashnells, he says, I can feel a media lecture coming from Kirby Smart after this game. Be like, I told you they were good. Y'all didn't listen to me.
You listen to him.
I did. I wrote a whole column about how he was right.
There's a short kick to the 5 and a return on the run.
Dejon Edwards, come on, Dejon. I thought he was going to give a better block there.
All right, let's go, dogs.
3.5 minutes.
We don't have any timeouts left, do we?
No timeouts. Shout out to Ben Watson for being on SEC Network regularly these days.
So many former Georgia guys in there. We got Stench on the call. I mean,
Going empty. No Washington in the game.
ooh,
That throw's got to be to the outside, right, Coach?
Yeah, I mean, he probably thought they were going to play a lot softer than they did. That's a hard throw.
yeah.
Of all the people, I wouldn't have thrown it there, but that's why I'm not. They got Blaylock in. Come on, hit Blaylock on a crossing route. He'll catch it.
All those cornerbacks in the Star Coach were playing way off, and then just right as they went to the ball snap, they came flying up.
Nice check off.
Nice check.
Easy first down to Kenny Mack.
2:53 on the clock. They'll reset these sticks and keep it going. 2:51.
Very seldom do our guys play more than 1 or 2 plays in the backfield.
Dejon Edwards checks in. Kenny McIntosh goes off.
Golly, they show so much sideline stuff. That's ridiculous.
Truss is on the sideline right now.
Yeah, I have no.
Inside run.
Yeah.
.225, 224, 223. I saw that number wrong. Truss is on the field. I said he was on the sideline.
There you go.
That was nice.
There's Don Blaylock.
Nice throw. Nice catch.
So the Georgia
Another
crosses midfield.
RPO.
Dumb will do that all day.
He's money.
As we see it on our screen, 159, 157, 156.
Just surprised that Washington's not in the game. Play action down the boundary. There it is. Wasn't play action,
No,
but it was good. Good job of getting out of bounds. They got the boundary there. I'm going to be more distinct in the way I call the plays there. But
I'll give you credit for that one, Coach, but not next time, okay?
I didn't
Tighten
really-
up a little bit, please.
There's a guy from France.
Yeah.
You like cordon bleu? Sacred bleu.
A.D. Mitchell's front and center on these shots on the sideline.
Watch
He's
Bowers here.
invested.
God knows that was a terrible run.
Clock's ticking.
Yeah.
We don't
have
have
a
as
lot
much-
of clock on this one.
We don't have as much time as we think we do.
118,
There's a
117.
lot on this one.
Is Kent State bailing him out with a timeout?
Yeah, he did.
They are.
Timeout by the flashes.
Yeah. At 3rd and 1.
Georgia lost 14 seconds there.
Question from J. Lee 22 Radi. How long is A.D. Mitchell expected to be out?
I'd probably expect him to be back next week, I imagine.
Got a chance. Yeah.
Everybody came when he first got hurt. It was like, "Oh, he'll be fine." We're like, "No, he's not. He's on crutches and a boot. That whole week leading up. So we said he wouldn't be back for South Carolina, and then we said we knew he wouldn't be back for this game. So there's a chance he can play next week. And I think hopefully you'll see Jalen Carter back.
Put Arian Smith in and see if we can go deep.
Yeah, Arian Smith is dressed out for this game, as is Arik Gilbert.
Is he Eric's brother?
But I probably don't expect either one of those guys to
He's
play.
going to run the toss into the boundary.
All those big blockers there.
First down, Kenny Mack.
All right, get up there and run the play. Let's go. We don't have a lot of time here, boys.
There's Darnell back in the game.
Do you have both plays called, Coach, after that timeout?
Yeah, well, you got something similar there where you'll fake it and throw it.
106, 105, 104. Stessman to Marcus Rosemead Jackson about the 20-yard line.
He's money on that route where he drives the guy and then breaks. That's really good throwing timing.
Got those Andre Swift breaks. Just stop. Stacey Searles yelling at his offensive lineman to get
Watch
up the field.
Bowers here. Bowers, 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 Bowers,
He's
Bowers,
fine. Nobody's on him.
Bowers, Bowers, Bowers.
Bowers.
The hell do you do that? I want that clip. If we need to show him calling that versus the
Really good route by Rosemead setting him up. It's just an old smash technique. One guy goes to the corner, one guy goes to the flat, and you just read the safety.
oh, what a great angle on that.
Stetson's not
Good job,
getting any.
Pylon Cam.
Stetson's not getting Heisman numbers a day on touchdowns, but this guy is.
Exactly.
If they run him on a jet sweep here, I'm gonna pass out.
They got him in motion.
It's Kenny
I got
Mack.
nervous for a
Kenny
second.
Mack.
Yeah. There it is.
Ooh,
He
I
dove-
think he fell in there,
he
but
dove in.
they haven't called it yet.
They don't want to do it. I mean,
Maybe he didn't. What? They're marking him short.
He's like, I got in, Coach. I don't
clock's not even running here. It's just stopped, and it shouldn't be stopped.
know. Yeah, they're gonna have to.
The clock has been stopped since we got down there. It's inside 20 seconds. Well, that's what they're saying.
See, I would have even noticed that. Like, wow, they got 57 seconds forever.
They may be streaming the
It's
clock
a home
as well.
court. It's a home field advantage. I wonder what league these guys are from. I've never seen them before.
$14 seconds.
You got to throw it here.
So it went from
And that starts on the whistle, right?
Yeah,
Now that it's been an official timeout. Yep.
we got to. I would throw it here and then run it the next play.
yeah.
Gonna throw a fade to the top.
Yeah. Oh, he's gonna run
Or
it
just
in.
run it.
Oh no. Like,
I thought he stretched it, but
What's the penalty? Holding on them.
yeah. Can you
Did he
decline and get the-
score?
I thought he did.
they didn't call a touchdown.
The guys held up our receiver, which was smart.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Let's show the Bowers play again. That's about an hour ago.
Don't show the holding. That's
Yeah. Hey, we got that pylon cam. We got to show the other version of it.
Yeah, now they're saying touchdown Stetson.
I said I thought he scored the way he whipped the ball over. But you notice he was ready when he saw the flag. He was ready to run another play. He was ready.
that was a good job by Stetson there.
There's your Heisman touchdown
Yeah.
coach.
How
'Cause
about the way he made this guy miss him here?
little okey doke. Yeah, he crossed over.
But watch this. Once he sees the flag, he's like, "Okay, let's go, guys. Let's go. We got to get back up to the line."
He's had a good game when you take into account the drops he's had.
Yeah.
Just one. He didn't score.
No, the ball cleared the plane.
I mean, this depends on the way you look at it. It's a home field advantage. Kick it before they review it.
Yeah.
Kirby's calling Stetson over.
Get over here.
John Bible, what a name.
Oh, and now we're showing the press conference room off out of nowhere.
Is that John Bible? No, it's kidding.
Hey, let's show the
This
photographers on the
is
sideline.
easily the
Jesus.
worst.
Don't get me wrong. We Catherine Steen is down there. You know, her skiing. She's on the side. We could see one of our coworkers, but it'd be nice to actually see a replay of the actual game, a play that they're gauging right now. Would be nice to see.
Yeah, I'm guessing they don't have the goal line camera at this game. Man, those helmets are ugly for Kent State.
He's lobbying those officials. Look at him. He's talking to them. Hey, if you come up to Kent, we'll take you out.
We got a steakhouse. It's really nice.
Applebee's.
We got app. Hey, all you can eat boneless wings at Applebee's. We got you. So, perfect example. They had it queued up to show the
That's a touchdown.
touchdown. I'm telling you,
It's the front of the white line.
yeah.
There is not enough to overturn there.
It was an absolute touchdown. I know what I saw.
Well, come on, Stentz. You got enough evidence.
Hey, looks like a pretty full crowd there based on the shot that we saw. So shout out to Georgia fans for doing that.
Got his elbows across, much less his hands.
Call stands, not enough to overturn.
They shouldn't doubt me, Coach. They should just let me tell them what's happening. You know,
Call what?
so they shouldn't doubt me. When I tell them it's a touchdown, they should just listen.
I know
to me.
you're pretty good.
Man, I got eagle eyes.
How many of those crests you had today? Next.
Next.
Next. I don't mean crest, but
Bud Light next.
yeah.
I don't want to count the empties because that's always rude. I want you to
Go
seem
on,
like you're a
kick
bad
it.
host.
All right. All in all, that's a great drive.
Extra point. Snap hold in good. Georgia leads 26-13.
I see you, Mike Bobo.
Give him a little love, Kirby. They playing good.
All right, so Stetson Bennett for Heisman. Let's keep that going. So I guess the question comes down, Coach, who gets the Heisman, Stetson or Brock? Can you get co-winners?
It's a quarterback award.
We'll just wait and see. Got a long way to go.
I know.
I think Caleb Williams is the favorite personally. He'll have the stats.
Yeah, you will.
Stetson Bennett with 5 carries for 23 yards.
And he's had how many? What's it, passing yards? Is he over 200 yet?
173. 18 of 24 with the 1 interception.
They don't even show the guy kicking the ball.
He's running it back. Not
Ooh.
far.
Ooh, that's
Good hit.
Keely Ringo with the decleater. Jeez.
That's a little payback, right?
He's like, you sons of bitches knocked me down earlier with your 1-2. I'm gonna take it out on somebody's ass.
Hey, we do take a halftime break.
Here he comes.
And
Ooh.
when we do, I'll throw up the stat sheet so you can see it during halftime. But we take a break ourselves.
Have you got that sheet that shows the jobs, or have you shown that?
Yeah, we popped up on the screen a couple times with Yancey brothers. Should be the final play of the first half, and they're going to take a knee, go to halftime down 26-13. So that is your halftime score. So Coach, what do you tell the team?
Robert Bill telling that guy right there, you shouldn't have shown that elbow at me. Just look, man, we play some pretty shoddy ball, but we're, at the same time we're up 13. It's just a case of you're not going to come out here and destroy these guys like we thought everybody talked about. But here we go.
Miscues early on with the team. What corrections do you want to see in the second half?
Well, we haven't punted yet, and we've got 3 turnovers. And when you turn the ball over 3 times and you don't get any, it's not a good recipe. So it's not that we got to change how we're calling the game or what we're doing. We got to protect the ball a little bit.
Over 95% of Kent State's receiving yards right now are after the catch. How do you become more aggressive defensively?
Well, we got to tackle. It's not that they're throwing it over our heads. They called and ran with it, and we got to tackle a little better and do a good job. We'll get the things fixed.
All right, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you.
Got to tackle, attaboy.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a break here. I feel pretty good about their chances.
Yeah. All right, folks, stick with us. You just go get yourself a snack. We'll have you doing the stats up there?
Yeah, I'll do the stats up here this time.
So we'll have the stats up there. You can check it out. Be sure to join us for the second half because there's a lot closer game than you thought. And of course, if you have questions, pop them in there because I think Georgia's going to start to pull away in the second half. That's, you hope. But now's a good time and we had 2 or 3 people say this is their first time watching. Well, here's the thing. We'll be popping your comments up on the screen. But also, if you have questions, get them in for Coach Donnan because he actually likes to take those questions and answer them for you on the show. How often do you get to ask a head coach about what's going on in the game you're watching?
If you want to see if your joke is funny in Coach Donnan's eyes, put it in the chat, and we'll get to that later. Don't post it yet because I probably won't see it till the third quarter. But we'll be back for that. Thanks to Bud Light Next, Yancey Brothers, Athens Ford. I'm probably forgetting someone. Is that?
No, that's it.
Woo! I did my job.
You did your job.
I get paid again. All right, guys. We'll be back for the second half. See you in a bit.
2, 1. Everybody, welcome back to the UGA Sports Watch Along, brought to you by Yancey Brothers, Athens, Ford, and Bud Light Next. It is the beer that is next for your drinking pleasure. Coach, if you're watching this game, if you're able to get it on your laptop, iPad, cell phone, or whatever it is, we've had some people who've had troubles with it because it's, I don't know, for some reason, let's not have the number one team on an actual cable channel, but for folks who are watching it, they're thinking, Georgia's only up 26-13 on a Kent State team. A lot of people thought that, with the line being 44, that Georgia should have actually blown them out. And I go back to what Kirby Smart said. Hey, this is a good team. They played good competition. Georgia had 3 turnovers in the first half, a penalty or 2 that didn't really help them. A little closer game than we were expecting, but let's talk second half. Kirby's gone in there, and I'm sure he encouraged his guys to come out strong in the second half. What do you expect to see in the second half, Coach?
Yeah, I think it's just a case of you get in with your team and you're confident about the fact that, hey, man, we're a team that listens to the coach, and I told you that these guys were better than we thought, right, and that we couldn't give them anything. We gave them something, and they took it. So we've been very good at efficient at moving the ball. We've stopped ourselves a couple of times, once with a turnover and once with a fumble, once with a long pass turnover interception. Yeah. But I said earlier in the broadcast for people that weren't watching that some of this adversity is going to help you, because you can't play perfectly in football. There's too many things that go wrong. 11 guys out there at a time, they all can't do everything right. So the one thing I would be encouraging about to our defense is we've tackled well when we were in position to tackle, but we've been out of position a couple of times and they hurt us. So don't try to take the game into your hands. Just play your position, play the calls, and we'll be okay. And our kicking game's strong. We blocked the punt. We had a couple good returns. So let's go out there and win the second half, play up to our standards. It's probably good for us to play a 3-quarter, 4-quarter game, really. I mean, because we're going to have them. So kind of silver lining here. But
go back to that Michigan game last year. Georgia tears through the Alabama game, the SEC championship game. They tear through all the competition, played the last 4 games without their starting left tackle with Jamari Sawyer kind of recovering. And they were blowout games in the last 4. And they went into the Alabama game, I don't want to say over arrogant, but, you got kind of slapped down. Point being, in that Michigan game, they came out with the same fire they had against Clemson. And it was almost like, hey, this team, I think we had back a little bit, and now
I think we had the fire today. But if you just look at the plays, a little bit off, you know, I mean, whether it's behind the receiver or the corner made a good play on an underthrown pass, and a couple of times missing the hole when you should have gone outside and you went inside, and those are things. But still, almost 350 yards in the first half.
Yeah, 328.
Haven't punted. So you've scored, different ways, but safety. So
I guess my point is
I thought we played better offensively than we have in some against Samford this year, the first half. I really did.
Kent State has 4 first downs.
Didn't you think we played better than we did against Samford? I mean, well, I don't know 30 points, but I mean, it's just we've created a monster. I mean, we really have such a high standard that it's hard to hit it. I mean, I used to worry about it at Oklahoma. I mean, you win the game and you're worried about you didn't beat them as bad as you're supposed to and all that. But you just got to understand it. Like this, here's a replay.
There's that stack you're talking about.
Getting called. That's going to be a great teaching lesson for Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Smith, if you're playing back there, and of course, last year they put Smith as the star in that game to cover the slot. But the thing that this team does, I'm going to give you a little football technology here, is they space the receivers out further than anybody, like Baylor, and make you play them with your wide people, and consequently you don't have some people underneath, and that's where they hit those bang plays, where they hit that slant, and where they hit that little screen on you. So you're not going to stop every team. I mean, that's just the way it is. I mean, as much as everybody wants us to be dominant. It's hard to do it.
This is I guess when I was talking about the other thing, the games last year, it's not so much coming out flat, but you had those teaching moments. You had the teaching moment last year where you lost the SEC championship game. Here you get the teaching moments, like I said, but you hopefully should win this quite going away here in the second half. You've set the bar so high that you can freak out over a drop pass, but the ball's been kicked.
A little short.
A little short with the return.
We're right there.
Oh, MJ Sherman. That's another one for him.
On special teams, trying to get in the lineup. It's got a tough position there with Robert Bill and Nolan Smith, but boy, our special teams are really important to all these kids. They love to make plays on them.
This broadcast we're watching here on our view is really, really behind the action. So
I'll make him back out and come back in and see if it updates.
I'll
do it. I'll do it at a commercial break.
Do a commercial break.
I mean, there's a 7-yard completion.
I'll say, but a lot of people are streaming it too, so they're doing the same thing we are. So the streaming it could be the exact same.
One thing you can watch is their ability to read the defense. The quarterback's well trained. Slay knows what to do with the ball, and the coach is getting some good shots too. There's a good play there.
Yeah.
Very good play by Malachi. You usually don't expect the safety to play that ball. It's usually a linebacker, but watch this. Hopefully they'll show it. The guy basically dropped it.
Yeah.
3rd and 3 as we see it. 14.
Could be a quarterback run here.
He ran.
Got him running.
Horizontally. Threw it away. 4th and 3.
Good first series here. If I'm the coach, I would probably run that on 2nd down. You got to look at who you're playing when you're coaching. You know what I mean? You can't play this game by the analytics. Hey, you're playing Georgia. Realistically, you've already got 10, maybe more points than you thought you would.
Yeah, exactly.
Than everybody. Maybe he did as the coach, but we've been really close to blocking one. I don't know. Again, I don't know if we're going to come after it, but
I've identified the color yellow that I think this is on Kent State's helmet. And we're all fathers. I think you'll understand what I'm saying.
Oh, gross.
That is baby poop.
is it
I know
called?
where you're going.
I thought you were going to say, "Oh, yeller."
Well, I'd be happy if they want to go out and take Kent State behind the barn and shoot them. That'd be a good idea. Let's get this game over with and keep anybody from getting hurt.
Colin Slay. One of the bad parts of us not blowing them out is not getting to play some of the 2nd and 3rd teamers, but we are alternating some linemen and receivers. These close-ups kill me.
Here you go. Bowers across the formation.
There's a little different look there. We ran the counter, pulling the guard and tackle, which a very good job of mashing on the outside by a big tight end. And then I just can't. I've sent my griping to the ESPN, but they hadn't said anything. Started out just saying a few things, and then the last one I think said was terrible. Good time to take a shot here, Georgia.
13:38, 13:37, 13:36, 3rd quarter.
Oh, there you
This looks like a Kirby Smart drive here. Line up, mash them.
They're putting McConkey back in. There we go. Let's sticking with him.
We got a myriad of plays where we throw in behind the linebackers after we fake on a crossing route. This could be a chance for Ladd to come across where these 2 tight ends clear out in the boundary.
13:05.
Checking the protection.
Yeah. Everybody's sliding towards those tight ends. I would too. Oh, wow.
That's a good catch from McConkey.
That is.
He pushed off.
He did push off.
Toughest catch he had to make today, but
Listen to the crowd.
that's the way to lay it out there, baby. Nice push off, lad.
Hey, you get a little. Wow, that's a heck of a catch. That's where you get bounced back, big guy.
Yep.
Hey, if you ain't rubbing, you ain't racing her. Is that how they say it?
Sure.
Bowers in motion.
No, you're right. I'm messing with you.
Nah, I don't know. But
Counter again.
There
now we pulled out Bowers.
Oh, Dayne.
That's a nice job of the guard. And that time, instead of the tackle, we had Bowers on the lead out there.
Ran right at Catherine Skeen, our photographer. She should have some really good
Bowers
footage.
up in there.
Yeah.
Ooh, God. It just jacked up old.
Tate Radler's got lit up.
I think Dayne's the smoothest running back on the team.
He's explosive. I'm just telling you, that kid just
Play action.
runs like his hair's on fire. See, look, talking about smooth. That was a good play right there. It was smooth through that little hole.
I like the way Stetson executes. I mean, he's such a threat to keep the ball. He carries out his fakes really well. You look for that in the quarterback. A lot of times they just turn and look at the runner, but that's going to help us out down the road when he keeps it, which he has a couple times this year.
11:39, 11:38, 11:37, 2nd and 7.
Under center, he has a tendency to throw play action.
A lot of space on the box.
And handed the ball off.
Yeah.
Watch the action by our quarterback. That's tough. You got to put your one hand out and put it in the belly of the guy faking, and the other hand, pretty slick. We didn't get as many yards as we thought, but this year we've been most of the time 3rd and 5 for us in the red zone as a pass, but a lot of teams will be 2 downs.
10:52, 10:51.
Bowers.
Ooh,
No, that was
sailed that pass.
not a good throw.
I thought that was going to be the flip
All
out
right,
of the backfield.
Bringing Carson back.
Looked to me like you could have thrown the swing there.
Dog vent personified.
Hey, the dog vet are the best people in the world.
Has a little bit of a sail on him.
Yeah, then we got away from him a little bit.
What's Gunnar Stockton got?
He's got a lot. I kept going up to those games.
The students went downtown a little early.
The students did take off. All right, he's automatic.
It's still a 2-score game. What's the latest on the Bud Light Next? How's that? How long has this been going out here? How long have we had them?
They haven't been out. The Bud Light Next hasn't been out that long because we had the when they first told us, "Hey, this is what we want you to try." We're like, "Okay, we'll try it." So, do you have any in stock? They're like, "Oh no, we're out." So we had to wait for a truck to bring some more in because it's a new product and they haven't. It's been very, very popular. So, point being, the Bud Light Next is took them 10 years to create it. So, but it is out now. It's 80 calories, 0 carbs. If anybody can remember anything about the Watch Along show, just remember that Bud Light Next has 0 carbs, and Coach Donnan thinks that everything should go to Brock Bowers. I think that's the two, or the one message for the day is that's how it works out. So
Not really. I like for them to use Washington a little more.
What do you go? Brock.
I said Bowers.
Excuse me, Bowers. Yeah, you don't want to call the wrong Brock, but
Oh, and then you sound like a chicken too.
Yeah,
Brock.
that's right. But that's a big shout out to the folks at Bud Light Next because that is a great beer.
I'm hoping that
Add Drug getting some love as the SEC eats. That's a cool spot.
I'm hoping that we'll maybe pressure this guy a little more. I wonder if they're paying for that.
Radi Nad says, sound advice, 0 carbs for every plate of Brock Bowers. I got it. Hey, the one of the co-owners of Ad Drug is a member of UGAsports.com. So
Is he? That's awesome.
Let me show a few of them. Getting some peanuts.
you see that baby poop helmet?
That is a big
One thing you got to.
You know exactly
I
what
know.
I'm talking
That's
about.
why I don't want you to remind me.
It's been a while for you.
It has.
I'm not too far removed from that stage.
The boy that did that to me is now towered over me last night while we were eating barbecue.
He could kick your ass, too.
He could.
Kick my ass, too.
He's a monster.
Hey, first down for Kent State there, 10:34.
You know, they really. If we'll just watch the quarterback's eyes, he does a good job of looking the defense off.
Yeah.
We're going to miss the next play because they're giving us a replay. We had a corner blitz there.
Yeah, Malachi Starks on the tackle.
Come on!
He did miss the play completely.
Something happened.
Yeah, so we don't know what happened there, folks, because the idiots don't understand hurry-up offense. Now we got to pause in the wow. Very generous.
Working on old Lassiter over there.
Javon Bullard.
Yeah, that's bully.
Yeah, but I'm saying
On that side.
what happened was Lassiter blitz and Bullard
Okay.
covered.
Now they showed us the play from 2 plays ago. We got the replay, but we missed the beginning of this play. Chris Smith getting angry, tackling hard. They're moving the ball pretty well, Coach.
Yep.
9:45, 9:44, 9:43, 9:42, 9:41. Third quarter.
Got to watch out what this quarterback keeps, man. But we're tackling pretty well. They're just creating a lot of open field plays.
That kind of resembled the option read you see at Wake Forest, Coach, where the quarterback rides along with them a
Yeah,
little bit longer.
it does, but they're running out of the pistol instead of the split backs. But it is like Wake.
904, 903, 902, 901, third and
We'll
1.
try to get us to jump off sides there.
He's got it. First down on the 30-yard line.
I'm impressed with their coaches.
I'm impressed
Kent
with this
State.
drive, man.
I mean, Oregon couldn't do this against Georgia.
No. They're better than Oregon.
I mean, it helps when Jalen Carter's not on the field.
It also helps to have 3 turnovers, yes.
Same play.
Same play, yep. Same stuff.
Guys out flanking it.
Yeah.
Nolan Smith getting
Talking to Kamari Lassiter about that stack over there.
he got double teamed. He's saying, Kamari, you got to go over the top of that.
Yeah.
It's just hard to line up where you're lined up, and they take those biggest splits and get a second guy out there. You know what I mean? Because the second guy's got to stay in here to stop the inside runs.
A couple H-backs back here.
Yeah, double slot.
They just got the defense on their heels right now. 7:55, 7:54, 7:53.
The other thing they're doing is they're eating clock here,
Yeah.
which that helps you hang around in games.
Absolutely. $7:38. Oh wow!
RPO.
Inside the 5.
Same thing. Our backside backer is coming in to stop the run, and they're throwing the slant on Lassiter. Well, they actually threw it on to the slot
to start.
Yeah.
Very good. Tough to stop. Coach called timeout.
Timeout Kent State at 7:12 in the third quarter. They're in the red zone against Georgia.
This is a 72-yard drive so far. Very impressive.
Gonna be some coaching points from this game, that's for sure.
Well, folks, if you want something that's a little more stress-free than that drive right there, check out our friends at Athens Ford. It's a fantastic place to go get a new or pre-owned vehicle. If you need service on your vehicle, it's also a great place to have the service done. If you want customization on your vehicle, that's also a nice place. I want to mention they have a new thing now. They have an actual service van. It's a mobile service van where you can reach out to them and say, hey, I need this done on my car. Can you come to my house? Can you come to my place of work? And they will come out and do that. So you don't always have to go into Athens Ford to get the service done. It's a very neat concept of the folks over at Brian Glover. They just had their 10-year anniversary, they're also sponsoring the lights over in the
Botanical
Gardens. So again, they give a lot back to the community, and I know for the holidays they will be doing their charity drive that they do every year. But point being, they support the community, but they also support you having convenience in your life. So if you want that reliability, you want less stress, you don't want to be worried about things like this drive a card from Athens Ford because they'll take great care of you and you will absolutely love it. So hit them up when you get a chance. Again, take care of the fans who take care of this. The people who take care of the show, because the people who take care of the show are also huge Georgia fans and they take care of the program. So it's a win-win-win all the way around when you patron our sponsors.
Want to guess how many vehicles they have available at Athens Ford right now?
274.
Oh, look at you undercutting them a little bit. Man, they got more than that. They're at 293.
That's fantastic.
They're loading up that lot. And they're selling them too, which is crazy. That's probably why he thought it, because they've been selling so many.
Well, like I said, I've seen them when they had 1,100. So that's one of the few places that actually has a lot of vehicles on the lot. And there's some places only have like 15 or 10. So, and they're sketchy. But not the folks at Athens Ford. They have really nice ones.
Jeremy says, I think that you guys will get your overreactions today.
We will. And if you join that overreaction show after this one's over, we do it about 30 minutes after the end of the Georgia game. We'll join the same YouTube channel, same Facebook page for the post-game overreaction show. We're giving away, we will give you the link to get a free bottle of Fiddler Bourbon.
From ASW Distillery.
Gonna be some quarterback keep here in a minute.
7-12 in the third quarter.
Look how far out these receivers are stacked here.
Way down there.
The one guy can come inside right now on our slot. They're showing them to you, but they won't.
Does Kamari, I was about to say, does he?
Fake the pop pass and went up the middle. Got to about the one.
Good run by that kid. He's quick.
You run that same play, though?
Again?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He only needs a yard.
You got 3 downs here, plus your eating clock.
Yeah.
I'd go for 2 if I'd score.
Good stop for Georgia.
That was very strong.
I'll tell you who it was, but our screen's a little pixelated right now.
Yeah.
We got a lot of internet things happening here.
Yeah, you always want to know how things would look when your vision went bad.
623, 622, 621. 3rd and goal for the Golden Flashes.
Quarterback bootleg. You're going to miss it, but.
Big Bear Alexander in there.
And they brought in. Ooh.
So we had timeout.
Somebody jumped.
Okay.
Yay.
All right, 3rd and 5 or 3rd and 6. Vault start.
Killer.
You can't.
Looked like a lot of them were going and the center didn't snap it. Yep. They were in some kind of wildcat. That's not the quarterback. Now he's back in there.
So now 3rd and goal at the 6.
Guys going in motion. Fake to the right, keep to the left.
Oh, they got him. They got him. Wow. Big Javon Bullard coming up gigantic in that play.
Smart play by Georgia. Good coaching.
You always say good coaching.
That was good. Where you're supposed to be.
No,
I mean,
you're correct there.
No, he doesn't. We covered Eli Drinkwitz last year.
That's true.
he'll kick. It's got to be like Drinkwitz. He'll kick a field goal.
Yeah. Well, I do want to say that is, for folks who are watching this for the first time, it is great to have a coach's perspective here because he does, if it's a good play call, he calls it like it is. If it's bad, he'll say, why the coach do that? So, and I don't feel comfortable doing that because I have no idea what the hell's going on. So when coach does it, it means a lot. All right, so field goal is good, 16-29, 5:12 left in the third quarter. Impressive drive, Coach, for Kent State there. I mean, they got tight at the end. And, of course, punching it in is the hardest part, when you don't have all that space behind you. But, again, a lot of coaching parts for this.
Well, we're going to be playing for packed house against the Tennessee Vols. That's exactly what they do.
Yep.
But a little more explosive receivers.
Let's do a score update from around the country. Halfway through the third quarter, Michigan 17, Maryland 13. Halfway through the third quarter, Wake Forest 21, Clemson 20.
Really?
Surprising.
Penn State leads Central Michigan 27-14. Baylor leads Iowa State 24-14. That's all the ranked games right now.
Coach, who are you taking in the Tennessee-Florida game?
Missouri-Auburn 14-14 late in the third.
I mean, I don't want either one of them to win, but probably help us for Florida to win because we need Tennessee to get as many losses as they can. But I think Florida has a shot, but not a good one. Just don't have the receiving core. If Richardson plays like he's normally can be capable of, that'll be hard for Tennessee to contain him because they're not great at tackling the quarterback. But
it looks like the Kansas Jayhawks are about to be 4-0.
Really?
Leading Duke 28-13 late in the third quarter.
how many 3-point plays have they had? Oh, no, that's basketball. Excuse me. Yeah, his first sellout there at the Jayhawk Stadium there since 2018.
I don't even know what the stadium's called.
I don't either. I remember this story real quick. We're playing back in the days when you only had 2 or 3 networks. They could pick up a game the week of the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We were ranked number 1 in the country, and they didn't have a really good game, so we played Kansas up there. And we had this old boy that Switzer gave a scholarship to help the baseball team because he's a first baseman, but we used him in the season to throw scout team for passing the ball. So he's a left-handed quarterback. And sometimes we let him hold on extra points. His name was Sullivan. We call him Sully. And so we were just kicking them bad, beating them. And I told Switzer, I said, let's put Sully in. He said, okay. So we put, because he's a 4-team quarterback, and we put him in, and Keith Jackson's doing the game, and we had the ball on the left hash mark, so we're good this way, and we called a pass to the right, so he faked to the right and went out there, and he got pressure. There he is, Kent State.
Yeah, I see.
So he started going down, then he turned around, and he came back to the left and threw the ball, which he's normal, he's left-handed, but Keith Jackson was bragging about all our players, what kind of athletes. That just goes to show you that their 14 quarterback, he threw that left-handed.
That kickoff went to about the 30-yard line.
Yeah, that was.
So, hey, this is a tighter game. I shouldn't be telling stories, but Georgia just answered a bell here. That was a smart play. Make sure you don't give them the ball.
That was an odd kick.
Nolan's on the kickoff team.
They squibbed it, right?
That's what it looked like.
Why would you squib it and give Georgia field position?
And they talking about the President's Cup. We're kicking their butt in that, aren't we? It was 8-2. That's going. God, this is the worst produced.
Yeah, you missed
Conkey first down.
whole damn play because they're talking about Kent State golfers. Don't get me wrong, I want Kevin Kisner to get some game time, but I would like to know what that play was.
McConkey caught a pass. I can tell you that much. I can't tell you where he came from.
That's another 21 yards for him.
What I can tell you, though, is that with that pooch kick in one play, Georgia's in Kent State territory.
Oh, that's nice. Hey, there's your score, Coach. 10-4.
439, 438, 437, third quarter.
So this is the RPO. He's either going to hand the ball to the back or throw it out there in the flat. There you go.
Keep those legs going, Kitty Mac.
Wow.
Wow.
You got an extra 6 out of that.
That's yards after contact there.
We need another. There's Yak.
Good position blocking out there. Willock, good job. They got Willock in right guard.
Boys, that's pure beef. You put Willock in there.
You miss another play here.
Yeah, because we got to show the sideline. Oh, lad's he's gonna want a tear, Coach.
Darnell, get your head down, Darnell.
He said, "Could you hit me in stride one time? I will kill."
He wasn't sure which way he was going to be there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that was good by Darnell. So what I'm going to tell you what we're doing here. Going to touchdown, maybe.
No.
But what we do sometime after a big play is we'll have a one-word. A lot of teams a one-word call, which everybody on the team knows what it is, but you get set up quick and run the play.
Right.
Flag on the play.
Warren McClendon.
Hands to the face is the call. His jersey looks pretty wrinkled up, so a lot of hand fighting.
He did.
Oh, yeah, he almost knocked his
Well,
helmet
when you
off.
knock the helmet off, they're going to call it.
Yeah. Especially when they run it to your side. Now, if they run it away, if you're not play side, a lot of times you can get away with that.
You know, the other thing, a lot of kids nowadays don't tighten their helmets very much. That's why they keep them very loose. It worries me.
Yeah.
You know, that's why you see so many of them coming off.
1st and 25
Good
at the
chance
30.
to keep banging it here.
I don't like that call on 1st and 25.
Why not?
Because now it's 2nd and 23.
You certainly don't like it when it doesn't game, but a lot of times you're thinking they're going to take it outside and you bust it up the middle. I mean, it's okay. I mean, if it was 3rd and 16, I wouldn't have liked it.
245, 244. Throw it to the top of the screen there with Marcus?
No, you got the guy over the middle, Kieras.
Okay.
Well, you had it there, Rosemary. Good call. Good protection.
Yeah, he had time. That's great.
What you want to do is get half of it. We got 3rd and 10.
Yes, sir.
3rd and 10. Do it again.
Bennett's 22 of 30 now.
You can see the same kind of throw to Bowers here on the smash again with maybe Washington down the middle. No, Washington's not in there.
Yeah, you're right. Going to Bowers again. Oh,
he's on his back.
Yeah, I was like, oh, Brock is not pleased with that, nor he should be. That guy was all over him.
I thought that was interference myself.
We get a replay to see.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Jeez.
it's with that right hand. Left hand was fine, but right hand was draped around him.
That's terrible.
Show him a fake here, Kirby.
He's going to take that automatic 3 points.
Kick is up.
Well, guys, how many has he made in a row now?
It's right down the pipe.
His last miss was Oregon, right?
I give him credit. There's a great something our team can talk about is in meetings you have 15-yard penalties or turnovers, really tough on drives. So
That's a great point because they were after the short kick and then that 21-yard pass.
and
The
then
they were in on the other side of the field.
Milton ran down to the 11-yard line, but hands to the face.
Yeah, and that, you forget how much of drive killer those are.
Yeah. Right now, you got to coach this game to win it because it's a 2-score game.
Yeah.
I mean, they got to go for 2 twice, but
No, it was Podlesny missed his first against Samford, I believe.
is that the one? Was that the long kick or what? I don't remember. But he's been doing well. He had 5 that game or 4.
144.
And
another touchdown.
general manager, I can see why you would say 1st and 25. Why don't you go on and throw? I mean, you had the right to say that. I shouldn't have been smart, but
I mean, you're the coach. I'll listen. to
no,
you.
but I like to do something unconventional once in a while. But we do throw a lot.
I just think with the skill guys in that situation, I'd rather try to get a Bowers or a Darnell. You don't have to get all 25.
You hope you get 5 or 6 on first and then spread them out. But
yeah, but I've seen it where everyone's bailed out. You know, they're in like dying personnel because they're expecting you to throw it, and all of a sudden you get an easy run right up the middle. Then all of a sudden it's 2nd and 12.
144 in the third quarter.
This is the worst I've ever seen.
Super tight up of Tyrion Ingram Dawkins.
Ooh,
They're popping out there.
Bear.
Pop laying on the ground, talking to him. 131, 130, 129, 128.
You know, I think a lot of people see that Kent State's 1-2, but if they would have watched UGASports live on Tuesday, you knew who those 2 losses came to.
Yeah.
Going over the top. Good
wow.
job.
Big Bear coming through there.
That wasn't
Yogi.
That wasn't Mama Bear. That wasn't Papa Bear. That was Big Bear.
Big Bear.
He's
really tough. Big
some,
Bear.
Shows some quickness, too.
Yeah.
He was almost at Texas A&M.
He looks so much better than when he first showed up, or at least last time I saw him. That guy's – I'm not saying he's svelte, but he's moving like he's supposed to.
He came in there eating a lot of his mama's biscuits.
Here they go walking around and trying to disguise what formation they're in.
Could be.
That guy looks offsides.
Here's the keeper.
Oh, my God. He just got murdered by Small Munden.
I think if he'd have stayed to the right, he probably had a first down.
Yeah.
He didn't, and Georgia forced.
Well, now Small Munden's got to remove his face mask from Schlee's chest. Stuck him a sternum. Watch this hit.
Way to get off the blocks there. You know,
that's what I was trying to say.
Our athleticism is just evident. You know, I mean, there's a lot of guys.
All 3 guys. I don't get it.
It's a funky punt here.
They have some strange formations.
They got it.
Fake. You said funky, Coach.
Yep.
Can't
blame them.
Stole yet another possession.
4th and 1. You know, we got to be ready for that. I mean, something. You know,
2 weeks in a row with a fake punt, yielding a first down for Georgia's opponent. And that'll take it to the 4th quarter.
Wow.
Kirby's talking with.
I'm just saying, penalties, turnovers, and special teams. The recipe for an upset. And Georgia's had bad penalties at the worst times, turnovers, and some busts on special teams. Not saying they're going to lose. I'm just saying that you want to know a reason why Kent State's close in the fourth quarter. That's the recipe.
Very well said, Roddy.
Mm-hmm. So,
But it sounds like a coach.
I learned to sit in here watching the games with you, but that's
you lose games, missed assignments. By that, sometimes you line up poorly. Also, just mental errors. We've made terrible mental errors in this game. Just and turnovers. Most of the time, you're going to lose with 3 turnovers.
Yeah,
but that's 3 possessions you don't get. But we haven't punted today.
That's right.
We've scored every time we hadn't turned it over. Right, some kind of score.
That's great.
But 2 times in the red zone, we didn't do much the second half, which you'd hope to after good marches. But I'm not going to fire this team, though. I think we're okay. But
Roddy, I know you were worried about this game. Ohio 14, Fordham 0. So
the Fordham Rams.
That's them.
I would not have known that. Would not have known that mascot.
You know who the Ohio is? Bobcats.
Yeah,
I knew that.
TCU leading SMU 28-14
Horned Frogs
in the Sonny Dykes Bowl.
Playing for the Iron Skillet.
Oh, Wake Forest now leading Clemson 28-20.
Go deep.
Huge upset.
That one's in at Wake Forest.
Wake Forest, yeah. I was listening to the head coach on the drive in, and he was like, "Hey, this is one of the premier teams in the country. It's good to be here, but we got to win one of these games, And I think,
Clawson's a good coach.
Yeah, and it's funny. He's like, "Y'all are talking to me while y'all are at Tennessee." God has a sense of humor. I'm like,
yeah, he was.
Yeah, I'm like, yes.
They tried to run him off after he was at Tennessee that year.
They absolutely did. So.
Auburn and Missouri are tied at 14 in the fourth quarter, and neither has more than 200 total yards.
They're going to go into overtime and play into submission.
You're going to need a defensive score there.
See that deal where you got to go for 2? Everybody just goes for 2 after you've gone 2 possessions. It'll be 50-48. That all.
Like through 3 quarters, Auburn has 87 passing yards and 80 rushing yards.
Powerhouse.
Robbie Ashford 7 for 9. They've only.
When are we going to play? What time are we playing them?
Hadn't been determined.
I mean, at this rate, 9 a.m. Get it over with. Pee-wee time.
Yeah, y'all gonna take the 55-pound Mighty Mites spot on the
y'all can play at Oconee Veterans Park this week.
Yeah, y'all get the YMCA spot.
All right, back with Georgia and Kent State. It's the fourth quarter. 15 minutes first down for the Golden Flashes baby poo helmets.
Well, it's the fourth quarter. Let's see if Georgia gets athleticism.
Let's see if they continue to try to hit the backside square in.
And there's a run up the middle for 15 and more. They're not tackling.
No, you can't tackle by throwing your shoulder into them. $22-yard gain.
Well, we didn't have any gap control there. I mean, it's
pop.
No, there's a square in again. It's just hard to play that right there. I mean, you got linebacker playing the inside, and then you just throw it back to Cephas there.
14-33, 14-32. Run up the middle again.
They're about ready to throw that stack screen, too.
Tell you, this defensive front's different with Jalen Carter not in there.
Yep.
I've never seen as poorly produced production as this game. Can't see dog.
I got it.
First down and much more.
Great cutback. Over pursuit. Our defense is on their heels right now.
Yeah, just like that last drive.
bunched up.
Mm-hmm.
You can throw it here too.
13:46.
Quarterback keep.
Coach, you called for it earlier.
Yeah.
You said they have it.
Can't
Boy,
say
you-
enough about the way they've called the plays today.
That was a great call too. I'm with you.
They're mixing up the run and the pass pretty well.
13:25, 13:24, second and 5.
It's another hell of a march.
Don't think they'll be settling for field goals this time.
Oh, pop pass. Wow.
Risky little pass.
They
and
ran
it worked
3
out.
plays that looked like the same: the power sweep, then the power sweep keep, and then they ran the shovel pass. That's just really good. But
He's got it. No. Dan Jackson wasn't the
we're
same.
lucky. We're lucky that quarterback didn't keep it there because
Yeah. 12:52, 12:51.
They're satisfied with that clock
Oh, yeah.
shrinking away. I mean, if they had their druthers, Georgia gets one more possession. Checking.
it'll
12:21.
be pure sprint out and throw it in the flat.
Hand up.
Up the middle
They
again.
got it.
That's a touchdown.
That's pretty strong running there, boys.
That is. That's just right in the teeth.
It's the best way to run. We said this in the second quarter. Best thing, they're going to go for 2 here.
Hey, if somebody watched our Tuesday show, then they bet on Kent State to cover,
I told them, didn't I?
they're in good shape right now. Heck of a performance from Kent State. in
Just
this
hope. I hope for our sake they don't make this 2-point play because that's going to be some extreme pressure if it's a 1-possession game, boys.
game. Do they do something funky here?
Oh,
Wow.
It was there.
he just rushed it. I didn't want him to make it, but that was a good call. It looked like they were running the sweep, and he just threw the pop pass.
Good play call.
Yeah.
Well executed other than the pass. He just
Take it.
Way
You
too
see the
hard.
way they got faked the block and then threw it? I tell you, they're well coached.
Yeah.
Well,
a lot of complaints about the defense. Where's Michael Williams? Defense looks like garbage. Another touchdown. WTF.
another what?
Another touchdown. WTF. My mom's watching, so I'm not going to say what that stands for. I'm just reading the comments here.
You can't stop it all, boys. I mean, good teams are going to move the ball on you.
Yeah, they got 281 yards so far, but Georgia's got 443.
Conscious Mind says, heard all last week how great they were and how they might be better than last year's team. Horse crap. This defense is nowhere near as good.
That was the number one thing in my column this week was they are not as good as last year. Take a step back. They played some terrible teams.
Yeah.
And Kirby tried to tell us, he's like, hey, we've got issues. You pointed out on the Tuesday show, Coach, that, some of the secondary guys are inexperienced and make mistakes. Some of the inside linebackers were making mistakes, although I think the inside linebackers are being really good today. But
our defense is just got some.
No help in the interior for Jalen Carter.
There's no question that we're our own offense moves the ball on them a lot. So
Yeah.
but it's going to be a learning process, and that's why fortunately, we play Missouri and Auburn before we play who else? Vanderbilt. We got Missouri, Auburn, Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
And then Florida, then Tennessee, Kentucky.
Second half of that schedule is going to be a lot tighter than people think.
Georgia's run 58 plays for 443 yards. Kent State has run 50 plays for 281 yards.
The thing that's disconcerting has been the last 3 series, the way they've moved the ball. Though, if you look at the end of the first half, they scored a touchdown, and then both possessions this half, they've scored a touchdown and a field goal.
Mm-hmm. Moving the ball really well. Georgia's got 2 field goals in this one, and you could just kind of want to give them.
Look at this. They're kicking the ball.
They never followed the ball.
They did not follow the ball. I don't know what.
I think they have some camera people that haven't done football
I think they got some camera people who have been hitting the Jim Beam about midway through.
I can tell you our students in the Carmichael Sports Media Institute at UGA could do this. Heck, look, UGA Sports do the show.
Yeah.
All right, 12-13, fourth quarter.
All right, you got to take over the game here, boys.
Stetson had to play. Stetson hasn't played a lot of fourth quarters, has he? Recently.
Get your head around. That was. I tell you, they've done a good job of mixing up their pressures, confusing our line of scrimmage, which they can do with the. We talked about Arkansas last year. I mean, any of those guys can come.
12.
Throw the bubble.
Run right back to him.
Face mask.
I said about a 3rd and 5 or 6.
Right there in front of the line, Judge, and he didn't call it.
Paul with a good point. Georgia still hasn't punted yet.
Now, this is a big chance to punt right here if you don't mind.
Big down. Look at that defense over there, some rest. You saw Glenn Schumann trying to work out something.
What you're going to have to decide here, the pressure, if we're going to go over the top or they going to play.
Don Blaylock.
You certainly got the inside receiver there, Bowers. Oh, boy, Dom. No, really good job coming back.
Coach.
Come back to it, buddy.
You said they had the inside guy. There he is.
I don't know why I don't play him more.
I mean, it's because he catches too many passes, Coach.
Well, we've thrown 3 straight. Let's see if we can run one. Too good. He caught it. Take him out.
11:02.
They got Dejan Edwards in. You see somebody running. Let's see if he does it.
Counter again.
Well, you called it, Coach. Oh, wow. 9-yard pickup on that counter.
Who? God, oh, Bowers isn't hurt. God knows.
Bowers is hobbling.
He's limping, but he's jogging off limping. Is this that one call, Coach?
Yeah.
Dejan Edwards breaking through.
Got a little burst. Take him out.
So is that a situation where they had a good run and then they just called an immediate play?
Right.
He's so slippery.
He is.
He's out.
He is out. Well, he's tired from carrying the defense on his back. I mean, the offense.
Ball's heavy. Ball's heavy.
Put Cash Jones
he's carrying the whole offense too.
Put Cash in. Do it. No, it's Kendall Milton. Bowers is fine.
Yeah. Tackled by a big defensive tackle laying.
I like to see a touchdown pass. He's hurting a little bit. You can tell.
Yeah, he is.
950, 949, 948.
But you notice he's not tapping that helmet. I don't want to come out, Coach.
This is full first-team offensive line, right?
Yeah.
Just want to point that out because they've had some rotations throughout the game.
All right, 2nd and 4.
Play action pass under center. No, he ran a tall sweep.
Oof.
Called
I thought that was dead in the water, too.
I tell you, their defense has so many problems the way they jump around, and even though we outman them, they're just
Looking at the defense on this flag, I don't know what the call was.
maybe bite them in the balls. I don't know.
And now they're zooming, holding. Oh, okay. The cameraman was focused in on Truss, and the guy did holding. I'm like, not Truss again. Come on.
Usually don't hold on defense. I guess he was trying to keep them off the linebackers.
Yeah, I think it was Zion Logue earlier today, this week, was talking about how he needs to stay on his blocks longer. You know, your defensive lineman to keep your linebackers clean. I thought that was a neat comment from him.
We're in an unbalanced line for the first time this year.
905, 904, 903. McConkey.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty good the way we got all the secondary. I think we still had a guy over there. He had the widest guy was 59, Jones.
849, 848, 847.
He got Delp in there now.
All right, Oscar.
On the same side with Darnell, Rosemy, and McConkey up top.
Might throw it to him down the boundary unless he goes in motion. Oh, coming back.
He's going to run it here.
All right, there's one for Radi.
But I thought they were going to run to the top of the screen.
Don't say that.
I'm sorry. Just being honest, man. There was nobody up there. I thought Stetson was going to see that and just let it go way up there. There's nobody there.
That's a good kick out by
great block by
Kenny Mack lamping.
Banged up team on offense. I would have thought Kent called one.
We got to come up with something here to keep.
Guys hurt, maybe.
I'm just saying that there's a lot of tension. If you don't want tension, you don't want to worry about it. Hit the Bud Light Next. Only 80 calories. That's all I'm gonna say about it. 80 calories, no carbs.
One thing you know about
stress free.
Are those on tap too, or just in a can?
Can and bottle. So
I can show off the bottle.
Yeah,
We have some off screen.
Yeah, let's see.
Because this is our high-tech production value.
Yes. Go hold the bottle in front of the camera.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, this is fancy.
I can even spin
Ooh,
it.
spin it, yeah. It's like an action shot. Like we got it on a gimbal over there. I love it. Yeah. Fancy next. So
Good call.
but I just want to mention them real quick and to mention our friends at Athens Ford. So I'm not going to do a full commercial. Just want to let you folks know, hey, we appreciate it. If you would, for everybody that's watching this right now, I know you're a little frustrated with the offense and defense. It's driving you a little crazy. You don't want it to be this close. Have faith. As Coach said early on, this will be a teaching moment. You got to like Georgia's chances here. You could do us a big favor if you enjoy watching, especially the folks that said that you're watching this for the first time. Hit the subscribe button on YouTube and hit the like button on the video. It helps us a lot. Same if you're watching this on Facebook. You notice we're putting your comments on the screen. Be sure to comment. The more comments you make, the more this video will be recommended to other Georgia fans. So we appreciate comments. We appreciate likes. We appreciate shares and subscribing. It doesn't cost you anything. So if you're enjoying watching the watch along, hit any of those buttons. It does a lot for us. It doesn't cost you anything, and it allows us to be able to. We had to get a new TV for this and some new gear. It helps us a lot with that.
Kenny Mack has to have help to walk right now.
That's huge.
Yeah.
I just looked at some of the thread titles on the dog vent right now.
Yeah.
Post-game overreaction show is going to be fun.
Well,
Remy, thanks for the super chat. Says, sorry for joining so late because of work. You may have missed some things that you would have wanted to miss. But he says, you guys can give your professional opinions on Kent State. They've had a really good game plan, and they've really played well. They haven't made as many mistakes as Georgia has. That's why the score is what it is.
Great play calls and great execution from Kent State. And that Kenny McIntosh limping, though, that's just – I mean, a close game against a team like this, you hate, but if you have another freaking injury.
7:55, 7:54, 7:53.
So they took Kenny into the injury tent.
They didn't even start the 25-second clock yet.
Quick pitch to Milton.
Oh, wow.
There's a good stack backer making a tackle. He got another guy hurt his shoulder.
So, Coach, they took Kenny McIntosh into the injury tent. Apparently, Jed may say, I saw him emerge from the injury tent, walking gingerly, appeared to be favoring his left knee. He took a big hit.
From what I've seen, and I know we're still not even through 4 games, in terms of actually running the ball, I think Dayne Edwards is Georgia's most effective ball carrier. And I know you need the hammer and tong that Milton gives you too. I get that. But Dayne's just so slick and slippery.
Yeah, but when you're
Kenny Mack, though, I mean, look the way he's caught the ball and all the stuff he did.
Oh, he's a better receiver, no doubt.
Other guy can't. I mean, he's not a receiver. But Edwards is a good back, but he's just smaller.
Georgia's leading rusher today, Brock Bowers.
We're going to be in trouble if Kenny Mack's down.
McIntosh is now riding the stationary bike on the sideline.
Is he going to the Olympics?
I don't know.
Stetson Bennett's 26 of 35 with the interception, 271 yards. Leading receivers, Ladd McConkey, 6 catches for 65 yards.
Could have had 10.
Brock Bowers, 5 for 60. Darnell, 2 for 39. Kenny Mack, 6 for 35. In terms of rushing, Brock Bowers, the 2 carries for 77 yards and 2 touchdowns. Dayne Edwards, 8 carries for 58 yards. Kenny McIntosh, 9 for 44. Kendall Milton, 8 for 42.
How many yards rushing do we have?
Total? 232.
People ought to be happy with that.
And in terms of passing, 271. That's quite balanced.
The biggest thing today for us is the defense. Jed May had that wrong. He got a quad contusion.
Okay.
Not that Jed's wrong and we're right, but
No.
guy up in the stands looked down there and talked to him.
Yeah, Jed said he's riding the stationary bike. Looked like his left leg or knee. So,
Yeah, well,
left leg.
quad contusions in the left leg.
That's what I'm saying. So, yeah, you're right. So Jed's he's ballparking it, but your guy nailed it. So basically a big bruise.
Yeah.
That hurts.
Hey, in the chat, tell me what you're most concerned about with Georgia. I'm trying to get a pulse for the fan base here.
I wouldn't trade this team with anybody else in the country. I don't know that.
I agree with you.
The
They've still been explosive today.
The best thing about it, they didn't get her ass beat. And the offenses look pretty good, really. I mean,
so if you're Tennessee, you're Auburn, you're Kentucky, you're looking at this game tape. What do you think you can do against them?
you're just gonna have to go fast, spread us out, run right at us, throw a lot of screens, take some deep shots. That's what I'd do.
2nd and goal for Georgia, 7:31. Spencer Clark says linebackers are the issue. Katie Clark says tackling.
We're due to throw. If we see this play, we're due to throw this to Big O. Hit Big O for a touchdown.
We have to learn about the Crystal Clinic at Kent State, though.
That's where you can get some pure meth.
Meth in Ohio?
It's
7:07, 7:06, 7:05, 4th quarter.
2nd and goal. Edwards.
pretty good. The obvious thing here is power it in there, and then But if Bennett keeps it, they're going to be waiting for him too because he's a threat on that. We got some.
Hand it to Brock.
No, come out of the huddle quick.
There's he's short.
It's going to be out at the 1 yard line for Dejan Edwards.
Had that whole wing of people over there, coach. Block one.
Pretty good play by Kent on the perimeter. Looked like we had it. Inside out. Great play, boy.
That's great.
Good job by
run over my photographer.
Good job by Washington.
All right. 4th and goal. You go for it or you kick the field goal?
Yeah, you go for it because even if you miss it, you have a 10-point lead and look where they're at.
I know. Oh my goodness. There's that big lead block. Boom. Oh wow.
He's
Second
in,
half,
he's laying in the end zone.
He made it. Was that Bear Alexander's the fullback?
It was.
Bear coming in for Carter.
Yeah.
37 ride.
Big Bear.
This guy's going for the Emmy Award for most shots to the crowd. Bear, you need to get a little lower, son.
He just threw his pelvis into the block.
That's what you call the thigh guard block. Another nice march.
Especially, what was that? How many plays was that drive? 11, 12? 12 plays, coach. 75 yards, 12 plays with a 1 yard run by Kendall.
Extra point is up and good.
What would you think how much you could have got on how much Carson Beck would have played today?
Quarter and a half at least.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, we do a prediction thread at UGASports.com. Folks, be a member. It's 27 cents a day. And we'd say, hey, give us your score predictions. And we always need a tiebreaker because what if everybody picks, 35-17 and, you have 10 different people pick it. So we always have to have a tiebreaker. And what I'll say is give me the number of rushing yards for Kendall Milton or give me the number of rushing yards for Stetson Bennett or a number of, passing yards for the Georgia offense. I actually thought this week about saying give us the Carson Beck passing yards.
I can tell you this. Anybody predicted, what is the score now? 39 what's the score?
39-22.
If anybody got that bet, they were like Karnak the Magnificent.
Yeah. But this was what I was fearing last week when everybody was predicting such a huge blowout. I was like, Georgia, you just every once in a while you get one of those games a lot closer than you expect.
You use that word everyone very loosely. Every person thought that, eh?
Well, let's say the vast majority of pundits.
All right. I got you. But
when the line is 44.
Most of the people, right. You're right.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about against South Carolina.
Yeah. Well, against South Carolina, I was like, 20-something points. They're going to blow them out.
Hey, the last 11 drives in the Missouri and Auburn game ended up punt.
That's because they're fruitless.
Man, nobody's punting here.
2 donkeys fighting over a turnip.
Oh, my God. Man. He killed a man.
Good job there, Jack.
Dan's going to be accused of second-degree murder. At least manslaughter charge.
Bear getting a little pressure. That's very legal.
It is legal. It's not very kind. God. That's when you go back to the huddle and go, you throw me another pass like that, you son of a bitch. I'll kill you. No, he's got
all
some
day.
Time. We got some time.
Pick. Bullard.
Christopher Smith.
It's Chris Smith.
Oh, yeah, 29. Run out of bounds.
Kirby's going to love him for that more than anything.
Well, he didn't want to get hurt.
Yeah.
He would have liked to have a pick 6, though.
I can't even read numbers. That was 29. I thought it was 22.
His jersey was a little bit bunched up.
I just got you a new TV, and,
You need to get one twice this size.
Slay. I haven't seen the clear picture today. That's the first time I've seen it clear.
True.
That is correct. This streaming thing has not been exactly.
Alvin Woodruff says, "Is ESPN Plus run by interns?"
By
It feels
who?
like it.
Alvin said that. Is ESPN Plus run by the interns?
Yeah.
I don't want to disparage interns. We still got Paul on the staff as an intern. And
He's hosting the post-game overreaction show with you.
Ben too. So we got some good interns. Ooh, we should reclassify some guys as interns so we can take a bigger tax deduction.
Am I good?
You're not even part of staff, dude. You're a technical advisor.
I'm gonna start charging per hour then.
God, no. After this morning, no. And after, 3 weeks ago? No. 4 weeks ago? God, no. I couldn't afford that.
After that first film Don't Lie from Oregon, I almost sent the invoice.
Yeah, that was a good piece. Hey, speaking of which, folks, you'll need to check out all our post-game coverage. We have tons of stories. We have, as minute the clock hits 0, we'll have the What Just Happened piece from Jason Butt. We'll have post-game news and notes from Anthony Dasher. We'll have post-game thoughts and observations from Brent Rollins. Jed May will have the best quotes from all the players. We will have the Kent State video from the coach and hear what he had to say about Georgia. We'll have the Kirby Smart's audio and video from what he had to say about the game. We'll have a ton of player interviews. We will have by the numbers. Dave McMahon will dive into the stats from the game. We will have you guys will knock out the film Don't Lie, which is really good. Of course, we will have news and notes where all the news. If you only read one thing after the game, read news and notes. That's where Anthony Dasher puts all the important stuff that happened and all the important comments put there. Jed May will write 3 or 5 1,000 stories. Some sidebars there about individual aspects of the game that stood out. So a ton of content coming to you. Then, of course, Sunday, we'll have the grades, and on Monday we'll have the film Don't Lie. We'll have the snap count. We'll let you know exactly how many players played which snaps in the game. So you'll know how everybody scored, who played, how often they played, what Kirby said about it, what the players themselves said about it. There's no greater place to find coverage of Georgia football than at UGASports.com, and it's 27 cents a day.
Georgia's offense is averaging 7 yards a play, 510 total yards, and 26 first downs. I think everyone should be pretty satisfied with that.
Yeah.
Take away the turnovers, it's different.
Well, they had one that didn't hurt them at all, a long pass. The one that hurt them on the
goal line that turned into a safety.
Oscar Delpa in motion here, 5'11" in the fourth.
Another counter play. All right, 17 up. I let Beck come in and run the clock out. Got Erickson in.
There we go.
Are they satisfied to run the clock out, or are they going to be a little aggressive here?
I mean, the way they're running the play, they're running the clock down. It looks like it's what they're trying to do.
It'll be another running play with 2 seconds left on the clock or so.
Same play.
Yep.
Blocked a little better that time.
There you go. But
Where's Cash when we need him?
He's there. Or Branson.
Yeah, put in Branson.
McConkey back in there.
Surprised he didn't play.
How much information is on those little play sheets on their wrist?
A lot. Every play.
I'd be impressed if they could just keep the camera still for 2 seconds. Pick up that backside guy. There it is.
Good first down.
Great blocking there.
.335. Georgia's milking this away.
Georgia has 528 yards of offense, Coach.
Yep.
And no punts.
So among Georgia's running backs, Dajan Edwards is averaging 6 a carry. McIntosh 4.9, Milton 4.6. And let's see what Branson Robinson has.
Great block there.
Just 8 on his first attempt.
Yeah, just 8. I think he killed a man too because that guy's laying on his back. He's like, "Ow, get out of my chest." Oscar Delp is throwing some blows out there.
So there's your schedule at Missouri, Auburn at home, Vandy at home. Take a week off. Gators in Jacksonville, Tennessee, Mississippi State, Kentucky, and Tech. So we'll be on at night next week. First night game of the season for at Missouri. Which, as it stands now, that game's still 14-14, Auburn and Missouri.
We're going to need our friends over at Classic City Eats to hook us up with one of those pizzas or calzones they got for that game.
That pizza looked good you had the other day.
It was. What do you think, Coach? I brought you a piece.
That pizza was awesome, bro. It was good, very good.
Second, 2.
Coach is showing you something here. The fact that you calling timeouts that make his team think they're trying to still hang in there. I like it. You got 2 young receivers out there, Marset and Meeks.
You throw it here under any circumstances?
I don't think we throw another pass in this game.
Yeah, I wouldn't. But if you want to run behind those 2, they can block.
That's Goody in there blocking at the bottom.
Oh,
that's a freshman run there.
Yeah.
You got second, too. Make the first down.
He tried to break it to the outside there.
I'm impressed with Kent State. That's a well-coached team. And
here's the thing. They won 10 games in a row at home. So over the last 2 years, they haven't lost a home game. They won the MAC East last year. They just play a Ben-Hur schedule. I mean, they're a solid team. I guarantee you they can give South Carolina Vanderbilt a heck of a game.
3rd and 3, 120, 119.
Same play to the left.
Wow. There you go.
Strong run, buddy.
That's the game winner right there. Or not game winner, game cementer. You guys have a phrase for that? The first down that puts it out of reach for the other team?
History.
There's the game history right there. All right.
Hey, look at this era of Georgia football.
Robert Edwards.
He was okay.
One of the few blocks there.
Hey, Auburn just turned the ball over on downs.
There's Kirby intercepting.
All right. That's your ball game, boys.
So Missouri has a minute and a half and has a chance to go kick a field goal and beat Auburn.
Mayflower Bowl.
Final score, Georgia 39, Kent State 22.
Now, that's when you take your hat off and you tell the man, great job. So Kirby was.
Yeah.
Kirby has to be impressed with him. But again, Kirby respected him. I mean, we kind of make fun of that. Got a lot of respect thing. But Kirby Smart on Monday respected this team, and he tried to tell everybody they were better than they were.
I told you on Tuesday.
And you said it on Tuesday.
Guy in the chat says Kent State's the best 1-3 team in America.
Here's the deal. We got a lot of things to coach up. We got a good hopefully nobody got hurt. Just you're going to have everybody's attention next week, that's for sure. But I'll tell you, I hope everybody enjoyed our part because here we go, Kirby talking.
How do you feel about the way that your team responded to the challenge?
Well, it's what we needed. Hard-fought game, good football team. I said all week, this team's got a really good football team. They play really hard. They play physical. They got a really good scheme and system on both sides of the ball. And I thought their kids fought hard, and I thought ours did too. We came out in the second half and responded really well.
You cleaned up things offensively, ending the game with over 500 yards for the third game this season so far. How do you feel about their execution?
Well, we're executing well. We can't turn the ball over.
I'm in favor of it.
Anytime you turn it over, but I was proud of the way they fought and played. And, you know, our team needed this. We needed this. And I was really proud. We had a better week of practice than we even did game. But give Kent State a lot of credit. They got a good program.
All right, Coach. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Go Dogs.
Kirby and the Dogs.
Give him credit, Kirby. That's the way. But this, I was telling you before he interrupted me. No, we should listen to Kirby. The kind of game every coach likes to see his team have before you get into conference play, really down after down, is the fact that there's going to be ebbs and flows in every game. There's going to be inexplicable things like the one play that happened to our boy McConkey on the punt. The same thing where he gets hit carrying the ball. You know, you gotta scrape your rib cage with it. But at the same time, the way our team executes is pretty impressive. The fact that when you go through a game and don't punt the ball, you're doing a lot of things. I don't know how many first downs we made. How many we made, Dayne?
Georgia's first down total 28.
I mean, you know, that's a lot of first downs, and I think everything about the team is on the upbeat. Offensively, we're going to continue to get even better. Defensively, we're just going to have to be better in space. I mean, modern day football, you don't have defensive teams shutting people down cold anymore. I mean, we had a very good run there of 3 games, but I'll take 17 points a game the rest of the year on defense, wouldn't you?
Absolutely. And, you know, you make the point about the punts. I tweeted out that Georgia did not punt today. Our Missouri publisher, Gabe, reaches out to me and goes, well, Auburn and Missouri have a bunch of leftover punts if you need them. So, yeah, you could be Missouri or you could be Auburn right now. So a couple teams that Georgia's going to face. And, yeah, they would die to have half the players that Georgia does or hell a third or a quarter. I'm
just glad that you guys are going to have to do that post game because you're going to have to be. There's going to be a lot of people that I would be chewing their ass out, so I'm not going to say anything. Take up for the Dogs, will you?
Hey, I always do. Folks, be sure to tune in about 30 minutes. But I'm going to need time.
Thanks to our sponsors, too. Tell them thank you again for me. I mean, they do such a good job. And we've got this new outfit here where we're watching stuff. It's really unbelievable. I mean, we'll get a lot better production when it's not a stream game, but that's so vivid right there. It looks like we're at the game.
So, folks, shout out to Athens Ford for being a sponsor. Yeah, Yancey Brothers, we appreciate them, and of course our friends at Bud Light. Next, be sure to tune in. If we give it about 30 minutes, we will have the post-game overreaction show. You can join the show. Okay, so if you're watching it and you look into the description, if you're on YouTube, there's the link. Click on the link, and you can be on the show as well. So hit us up, and there'll be a link there where you can join and get you'll see the entry for a free bottle of Fiddler bourbon. So we're going to be giving out the link so that you can get into the entry for the free bottle of bourbon on the post-game overreaction show. Anyway, Dayne, any final thoughts?
Say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie. Let's go.